Are you seeing anything?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, there we go. Let's play the intro. So the intro is going to play through first.
All right. Hardy Whitney, will you marry me?
Let's see how it looks. You want to pull it up? See.
Yeah, let's see. Reload it here.
You're playing Calling All Angels right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The karaoke version, so we're not screwed.
Okay.
All right, we're good. We're good live.
That's good.
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, so sweet. So once this ends, we'll go over to the other.
Okay. I'm posting on everything right now.
Great.
So, I don't know, Dom, if you have your phone, if you just want to hit retweet right now.
Yeah, I will.
Oh,
Oh, we made it happen! Let's go! Woo! Oh.
and you'll see us like.
Yeah, no problem. I know I'll be looking at it like that for a while.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it came out good.
I think it actually looks really good. We'll put
That song is so bad. That is so bad.
much better version, do great videos. Sing it, Todd.
That's how we should. Dominic has to start off singing. Like, for a split second. Just for a split second.
It's actually going to work. It's going to probably start just on time.
This is gonna be too full.
Minute to go, guys. We're a minute and a half.
Tony, do something, give them Bob Wild Pit. Go. Oh my goodness gracious.
How many people are on right now?
There'll be more once it gets going.
Yeah.
20 right now.
20, alright.
I'm debating if we should be like, hey, if you retweet that tweet, you have a chance to win a signed baseball and you get up that right there.
Come on!
A little too long. All right, it's enough of
Here we go. What is this? Frozen?
We're a pitch late.
It's all right. Angels, Mariners, welcome to the live cast, everybody.
Oh, yeah, you gotta turn this.
I know, we're getting the background vocals on there now.
Okay, so we're live. We're doing the broadcast. I've got to adjust the screens a little bit, so bear with me. But other than that, how's everyone doing?
Happy Friday night. Dominic Lorenz from Coachella Chronicles here with you guys. The one and only ToddFox with us. And we have a little special surprise for you fans as well.
We got Fernando over here from the Windy City.
What
running on like 3 hours of sleep. So
Hey, come on. We got the podcast done in a decent amount of time last night. What are you talking about?
Dude, I didn't get to sleep till about 1:30 by the time I got everything edited. And then my flight, I had to wake up at 4:15 to go to the airport. So your boy's tired. Your boy's running off a cold brew. So I feel like I just did cocaine off of with the gigolo and went apart.
Oh,
Oh, well, that's a spicy way to start your Friday. Well, following us,
gigolos need action too, you know.
well, the first action of the ball game tonight, J.P. Crawford walks against Shohei Ohtani. So Ohtani coming into this ball game really needing the opportunity to bounce back. A 5.02 ERA in his last 7 starts, and he starts off the game tonight with a walk against J.P. Crawford and the Mariners. First of a 3-game set. We swept the Cubs. That was a great start to the week. I like that one.
That was pretty good. A nice start here, but a nice double play would work actually for me with Rodriguez up. Real quick, let me jump into the lineup real quick. It'll be J.P. Crawford in shortstop, Julio Rodriguez in center field, Ty France at first base, Kalenic at left field. The right fielder will be for Hernandez, Raleigh behind the plate as catcher, Suarez as third baseman, Mike Ford, DH, and Calabro will be the second baseman for your Seattle Mariners, along with Luis Castillo on the bump for the Mariners. Taylor Ward, for some reason, is leading off again. Shohei Ohtani will be following him at number 2, the pitcher. In center field will be Mike Trout. Fourth will be Rendon. He's much rested. Renifo at 5, Walsh at 6, Moniak at 7, Wallach at 8, and Neto and short.
There's your lineups tonight for the Mariners and the Angels. Game 1 of a 3-game set before the Angels head off to a very big road trip, which is going to be 4 in Texas and 3 in Kansas City. So this is the time where you want to collect those dubs now because maybe you get lucky. Tampa Bay helps out the Angels a little bit by beating Texas. We go into Texas, split it, take 3 of 4, even sweep. That would be very nice in that case.
That would be nice. And you know, it would set you up. We talked about it on the post game the other day. If the Angels are to get these games against the Mariners, at least 2 out of 3, maybe even the sweep, set themselves up with a lot of momentum going into Texas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a situation where this is a series where you got to get right. They got right against the Cubs, except for hitting with runners in scoring position. They
Correct.
go 4 for 26 in that series. Fernando and I talked about that yesterday on the podcast, or this morning, since it dropped today. That's going to be a situation tonight where the Angels are going to have to really bear down, hit with runners in scoring position. Do not get Luis Castillo the opportunity to get deep into the ball game.
Yeah, if you're going to have any chance. Oh, there's a strikeout right there, Rodriguez.
Boom, Ohtani.
A big strikeout by Ohtani.
That's on a pitch. Julio Rodriguez has not been that great to start off the season. Everybody's talking about him being the next it guy in Major League Baseball, and a 245 average starts tonight with the strikeout swinging with a ball in the dirt. Nice back pick right there by Chad Wallach behind the plate tonight. Matt Theis getting the night off, so nice little backhanded stop. 1 on, 1 out now for the 3-hole hitter in Ty France, the San Diego State University product. First pitch inside.
Did you get to watch Ty play in Lake Elsinore?
I did in 2017 for a little bit. My minor league baseball career that took me through Lake Elsinore from 2017 to 2019. Got a little taste of Ty for a little bit, throwing a couple Padres rehabbers at the time. Will Myers, Hunter Renfroe, one of the catchers that they had. So yeah, there's been some former Padres around the works.
By the way, shout out to Dan Rios. It's his birthday today. He's having shots in the parking lot. So good for him.
Woo, let's go.
There you go.
Happy Friday. Big cut and a miss from Ty France. All right.
Take a
Ohtani
water
battle.
shot on your behalf. Stay hydrated, my friends.
Stay hydrated.
I should have brought mine. Hey, by the way, Fernando, what do you think of this lineup for the Mariners? Disappointed so far? I mean, if you're not an Angel fan, put your Angels bias aside.
Like how they're not producing as a team?
Correct.
I mean, I don't exactly know what this fan base expected, right? They got the postseason success. They finally made it. They competed really well against Houston last year as well when they made it to the dance. They didn't get blown out. They didn't get embarrassed. They hung in with the World Series champions. And, you would think that would be a feather in their caps. You'd think that would be a building block for them. But as of right now, it just hasn't panned out. And there's a lot of guys who they relied on last year who just haven't been able to get hot this year. And Dominic already kind of covered it with Rodriguez. He got his payday and he's yet to really, really make it worth it. But obviously, it's still early on for them. We've seen good flashes of Seattle, But for our sake, hopefully we don't re-see them.
Exactly.
For the first time tonight, fly ball right field, Moniak making the grab. So after a leadoff walk, back-to-back outs from Shohei Ohtani gets Ty France to fly out. So 1 on, 2 out now for the cleanup hitter, Jared Kelenic, who's been a big bat through the minor league system for the Mariners. Hasn't quite figured it out yet, but comes into today a .269 average, which by his overall career has been some of his best numbers.
This is his best numbers, 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. It figures the one guy that sucked last year for the Mariners in the lineup is their best hitter at the moment, which is weird. 2 things I want to ask you, Dominic, about so far in the first inning. Disappointed Adele's not in the lineup, granted with the time he has. And 2, J.P. Crawford got on base right away, and he hasn't gone nowhere.
First things first, with the Angels, I'm not completely shocked that Joe Adele is not in the lineup today. A righty pitcher, righty-righty matchup. You know how that goes with the Angels and Phil Nevin. The philosophy continues as Kelenic grabs that one to right.
Oh, no.
And the home run ball is alive, but unfortunately it's for the Mariners. Kelenic, who has an over 400 average against Shohei Ohtani and only 7 at-bats, cranks out a home run, and quickly tonight, Mariners 2-0 lead, 397 feet, 104 off the bat. And once again, Fernando and I talked about this in the podcast last night / this morning. 2 outs. The Angels pitching does a horrible job especially with 2 strikes and 2 outs, not able to get that dagger. And Ohtani, once again, gives up the home run ball. That's now 11 home runs Ohtani's given up in his last 10-plus games.
The thing that I would like to point out here is the fact that this home run was given up on the sweeper yet again. The sweeper has been his most utilized pitch this year. He's thrown it nearly 50% of the time. He got that strikeout against Rodriguez with the sweeper, and I was just thinking in my head, hopefully he doesn't fall in love with it today, and that's exactly what he did. He got bit by the gopher ball.
The problem is that he threw that sweeper to Rodriguez outside. The sweeper he just threw to Kelenic, or whatever his name is, Celtic, was right down the middle. And like Dominic brought up, that's his 11th given up all year, or so far this year. He gave up 14 only all last year.
Yeah, so not the great start. And again, that pitch is right, belt high, right down the middle. Any major leaguer is going to hit that ball.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And now,
most Sunday leaguers might hit that ball.
But in the case of Shohei Ohtani, as he walks Teoscar Hernandez on 4 consecutive pitches, so 23 pitches for Ohtani here in the first inning. We talked about this. Mm-hmm. He needs to go at least 6 innings tonight to give the Angels a chance. So now, without Luis Castillo ever pitching a ball in this game, the Angels are already trailing 2-0.
When Castillo's just like Farmer for Houston, where if you don't jump him quickly, like you mentioned, you're in trouble. And he's owned the Angels. Since coming over to the Mariners, Castillo's had some really good starts against the Angels. He's been hard to get hit by. Basically, he's their best pitcher. So it's gonna be now they have a deficit, and we wanted a game where we thought it's gonna be like a 2-1 game, and they've already got their 2 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, it's one of those things. But as Todd mentioned, it as the first pitch to Cal Raleigh misses down and in 2-0 now. That's 6 consecutive balls from Shohei Ohtani. I got the beautiful stats here, folks.
All right,
I do my homework, folks. Luis Castillo, before he even steps to the mound tonight. Against the AL West teams this year, he's 2-2 with a 2.35 ERA, and against the Angels, he's 2-0 with a 1.93 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like an upward climb already tonight. And Ohtani looks like he's laboring. He's, if you're watching the game on Apple TV Plus, hopefully you have it on mute and joining us here on the live stream between Catella Chronicles and Halos in the Infield. But once again, back-to-back batters reaching on walks, 4-pitch walks.
I'm glad we have a mound visit. Honestly, I think they waited a little bit too long. I might have actually done it in the middle of that at-bat because 4 straight balls.
Well, usually they go at 6 straight. When you go 6 straight balls, either the catcher makes an appearance or the pitching coach. But right now, what I'm concerned with, I've been working in the overcast day all day outside. And it's not that hot, but you see Ohtani's physically sweating a lot. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know if that's nerves or that's just He's hot, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, so I can't say anything bad.
But you play one on TV.
Exactly. Today I can be a doctor, but we saw Ohtani. What was it, last year in New York or the year before that?
That was in humidity though.
That humidity, and I think wasn't that our good friend Dylan Bundy puking on the mound in New York?
That was
as
him
well?
too as well. Yeah.
That same series where it was just downright hot and nasty. So I don't blame an athlete for sweating their balls off right there, but. First pitch again, Suarez is swung on and missed. So there we go, 96 right back. But Fernando, we talked about this last night. Fastball and the splitter have to be the two most used pitches for Ohtani tonight. He's throwing that sweeper this season, again, pulling up the stats, 41.9% of the time, and only 7.4% of the time is the splitter. That can't be the right combination if you're looking for success for Shohei Ohtani.
Do we know about any of these pitchers outside of Anderson who's calling the pitches? Is it different?
I think it's just the two of them. As Suarez misses again, 1 and 2, trying to limit the damage here is Ohtani. 30 pitches in the first inning. If this trend continues, I can't see him pitching more than 4 innings tonight.
Yeah, and if we only get 4 or 5 innings out of a guy who's supposed to be your showstopper out there and supposed to be the great equalizer, the Angels are going to be in real trouble for these next couple days.
1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Down by way of the K goes Suarez, and Ohtani gets away from a jam. 3 walks and a 2-run blast in the inning. Not the way you want to start off a Friday night against your divisional rivals, who the Angels have already taken 2 of 3 against this season.
Correct.
So, offense. Figure it out. Let's go. You don't have much help tonight.
Yeah, the hot hitters for the Angels, you want to go through that because I'm pretty sure you have the stats on it.
Oh, yeah.
You want to bring up who to look out for tonight.
Well, let's see. Taylor Ward is entering this ball game with an 8-game hitting streak. He's batting .320 in the month of June. The resurgence of him is on, and I know the question has consistently been Moniak, Adele, Renfroe, and Ward. Who's getting playing time? And tonight it's Ward and Moniak, and Adele could potentially be going back to Salt Lake tomorrow. The reports are, Hunter Renfroe, congratulations, had his baby girl 2 nights ago, and Adele came up, but why are you only going to bring him up for 1 game?
It makes no sense. It could have brought up anybody, a utility guy at that.
Yeah. Or you could have brought up an extra pitcher for 3 days just in case, and you had come on, they had Luis Rengifo playing the outfield for 2 games against the Cubs. Why do you need an extra outfielder in that case scenario?
You don't. You're just screwing with his head right now.
Yeah, and the Angels are giving Brandon...
And wasting options.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Angels are giving Brandon Drury the night off. Now he hasn't had an off day for a while, so I get it, but...
Well, if Rendon's playing...
To each its own.
I think the big question tonight should be how many innings does Rendon play?
Well, he should be playing all 9.
He didn't play all 9 the other
What?
day.
You want him to earn his money, Dominic? I think you're a little silly. Listen to this goober.
Hold up.
Wait, it's kind of broken.
It's kind of... come on, he's setting me up to fail here. Not even in the bottom of the first inning here, folks.
Todd squeezed his honk a little too hard.
I did. I went way too hard on that.
He was really excited about the sweep.
Todd likes to yank on the honks.
Actually, you know what we're gonna do here? Since you brought that up, here I got one for you. If we move it over here.
Oh, look at that! He's getting the sound effects here, folks.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up.
We had a little bit of a late start. Couldn't do a full pregame show, but that's just Friday traffic and work schedule.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do, fans?
Yeah, but before we do, we need to give our inner Halo honk a real thrusting to hopefully power the Angels over Castillo.
We need some way to start some rally monkey magic as we're back, bottom of the first. 2-0 Mariners, Taylor Ward at the plate. And that one's missing, and it's 1-1. So Taylor Ward, as mentioned already, 8-game hitting streak, back in the leadoff spot. What are we going to do at this point? Is there a situation where Taylor Ward continues to be that leadoff guy and can actually produce at the leadoff spot as he grounds it over to short? Crawford over to first in time, and, well, that kind of takes the answer out of that one. Can he be a table setter? And tonight, 0 for 1 with a ground out to short.
I don't think so because he's not willing to lay down a bunt, and he's got a really flat overhang swing where if you throw anything breaking that looks up in the zone, he's going to swing over and just hit what he did right now, which is a ground ball. I would still like Moniak up there at the number 1 spot, but that's just me.
Yeah, and you have a situation right now as Ohtani swings and misses 0-1, looking to get himself at least one run back after giving up a 2-run home run to Kelenic as he fouls that one off, and the umpire nearly takes his head off. With the throw back to the pitcher, he was scared right there.
Yeah, he was.
That was a moment.
Luis Castillo has a career 1.93 ERA and 28 strikeouts in 18 innings against the Angels. So not the biggest sample size, no, but certainly a very effective confidence booster if you're Luis Castillo today against the Angels.
We should definitely not be spotting them runs, right?
No.
No, nobody should be getting a handicap in this game.
Exactly.
Because the Angels right now, Texas is building the lead. They're not going anywhere. Houston is Houston. The Angels need to take care of business. Regardless if it's in the division or in the wild card, this is where the Angels need to take advantage of these games. As Ohtani is going to take...
Oh, that's close.
Borderline pitch down 2-2, but it did miss the zone, but still... We know what that happened, a week ago today. Taylor Ward got screwed with the bases loaded in Houston, but...
That changed that entire game and series.
2-2, Ohtani grounds it the
That's
opposite way.
Nice.
And he's going to beat the shift. Eugenio Suarez, Mariners' third baseman, playing in what I call the 5.5 hole between third and short. Ohtani flips it the other way, and Mike Trout has an opportunity to help his teammate out and tie this game with one swing of the bat.
Eat, sleep, beat the shift.
There we go.
Oh, Todd, I also texted you real quick. We got your phone around about fixing something on the screen.
How dare you? This is Oscar-worthy performances. What are you talking about? Fernando.
Oh, I can't do that at the moment because that's why I would need the third. But
okay.
Just whenever you talk, you just pop up. So feel free, my man.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, we'll have to give everyone motion sickness every time I talk.
Yeah. Mike Trout struggling a little bit here through May and June after a pretty decent month of April. Fouls that one off 0-2.
He's still way too early on the fastball and way too late on the inside fastball.
And Patrick O'Neill's also up there. It says home run probability 1%. So Patrick O'Neill is clearly up there manning the booth.
Yeah. Strikeout probability is at a good 40%. I'd say it's higher.
Trout does hit 2 for 5 with a home run and an RBI against Castillo. 0-2, misses high. But Trout's taking extra BP work. You're seeing this more often over the last 3 to 4 weeks from the Angels when they're at home. They're taking outdoor batting practice, which hasn't been a situation over the last couple of years. They like doing it behind closed doors where nobody can see them. But Trout's trying to do the work, and right now it hasn't panned off yet as borderline pitch high and tight, 2-2. Trying to find a way trying to find a way. That's a pitch that always knots up Trout. Those high, tight fastballs. But, the home run against the Cubs that he had a couple nights ago was that breaking ball in the lower portion of the zone, and that's where he thrives the most.
Oh, yeah. He loves that uppercut swing. The problem is he just can't catch a fastball.
And there's a nice pitch on the outside corner, 97. Now, Castillo has high velocity, mid to upper 90s. And they're talking about Trout right now. If you're watching the Apple TV stream, good for you. Just have it on mute. Listen to us. This is a great night to be a part of this live stream between Catella Chronicles and Halos in the Infield with our sponsors, 714 Tickets and Noble Ale Works. As Trout, 2-2, nearly hits him in the elbow guard. Count runs full.
Speaking of that, Noble will be there tomorrow for the live watch party. So if you want to come watch a game with us and get beer specials, come on down.
Todd and I will be there together.
Yes.
It's going to be a good night. Angels, once again against the Mariners. Sandyman, Patrick Sandoval will be on the bump tomorrow night.
Against a rookie?
3-2. Trout, fastball right on the outside corner, but Trout just misses it. And that's the same situation for Mike Trout that's been happening. He's missing fastballs, and that is very unlike Mike Trout in his career. This is not what we're accustomed to. You see, I know some of you guys get the game day track here on the live stream, but we actually have the big, TV with Apple TV on, and it's just a four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. You can't, or 97 as they put it, can't get any better, but you see his back foot slips back. That tells me his timing is still not right.
And what do you think he could do to fix that, Fernando? Because he's been way behind these fastballs.
Unfortunately, I think the thing with timing, there really is nothing you can do to fix it other than just stay in your routine, and continue to maybe look at the film, talk with your hitting coach, find ways to maybe make your swing a little quicker or longer depending on what you're struggling with. Right now, we just saw him be a little late on that.
Yeah.
So, maybe he needs to adjust something. The thing with Mike Trout is he has very quick hands, and we're slowly starting to see that get a little slower with age. That is something that's normal for people as they get older, even for the GOAT, Mike Trout.
And, looking at Mike being in a slump right now, he every year, or at least over the last, I would say maybe since 2019, there's at least one spot throughout the season where he will have a 2 to 3 week dead slump. But then he bounces back and has batting 450 within a month, something radical. Is this the worst slump we've seen, I would say, since his calf injury?
I would say so, because we haven't. It's been a good 4 years since we have seen him hit 100 RBIs even. So he's had nagging injuries in the last 3 seasons, and this season's off to a slow start too. So I've never seen him miss like he's been missing. If you can say one thing's been consistent about him, it's been missing the fastball.
Yeah, Anthony Rendon back in the lineup today, batting 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ohtani stands at first after a 1 out, beating the shift infield single. Ward grounded out, Trout struck out. Rendon re-entering the lineup after being out yesterday, playing about 60% of the first 2 games against the Cubs, so easing his way back into things after the left groin strain. 2-2 from Castillo, but keeping it alive. And I know we're not thrilled with the Rendon contract. Fernando, not so much. We talked about this last night. But Rendon has a way of treating opposing pitchers with balance. He extends this lineup. He balances this lineup for the Angels. And even if he goes 0 for 4, he finds a way to put together good at-bats when healthy. And that's the key always for the Angels because they're good on paper. But how healthy can they be as he flares 1 out? Shallow center, Rodriguez coming in. And the threat in the first ends with a fly out to center field. So no runs in the inning with the hit. We're through 1. Mariners up 2-0. But first thoughts on Rendon tonight.
You know how they had the hit probability or him reaching base there at about 40% or 28%. I would have put gives a fuck percentage because I think that's his biggest problem right now. Is even if he does really care, we'll never know. He will never tell us. And number 2, he just gives that vibe off. And I would like the fans, especially my home fans, to be on my side, and I would do everything to work with that, especially with the chances the fan base is giving him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough situation to be in. 7 years, $245 million. Angels need him to perform the way he is. But while we're at a commercial timeout here, we're through 1 inning. Mariners lead the Angels 2-0 here on the Halos in the Infield and Catella Chronicles partnership live stream event here on the Heedy YouTube channel. Thanks for joining us. Todd, you want to get in a little bit of the comments here? See what's going on?
Yeah, you got the box score saying that I like to troll Trout. It's not true. I would like him to become the player that he once was, or at least close to it, and he hasn't been doing it. Michael Hawkins says, love watching the live stream. Great collaboration, gentlemen. Thank you so much for paying attention.
Thank you.
XNC, my boy that hooked it up with some beers, I owe him. I hope that you're able to come to tomorrow night's event. I will hook you up with some beer there myself. He says, I'm very happy that Patrick O'Neill is in Japan right now. Let's see. Also, you have Mountain Dew King keeping up with the game with us. And everyone's, just saying good job, guys. So we appreciate all that stuff.
No, throughout the night, bring us your questions, bring us your comments all night long. We want to hear from you, the Angel fans. We don't care about Apple TV. I know our good friend Wayne Randazzo is on the call. But for tonight, we got to give him a break. We're the stars of the show tonight. We're getting the Golden Stamos Awards. That's the goal for the night.
There we go. Can I go ahead and do some around the league scores real quick for some games people might care about?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
All right, so the Guardians right now have a chance to walk it off. Ohio has a chance to walk it off against the Astros.
Ohio.
It is 6-6, bottom of the 10th, the runner on first and third with 1 out. So they have an opportunity to potentially help the Angels if the Angels can help themselves out by beating Seattle today. Stay tuned for that, and I'll update you guys on what happens.
And we forgot to mention this because the pregame show was just the pregame video, which was awesome that we had it done. It got done just almost in the nick of time. But this weekend at the Big A, it's Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
Or Happy Christmas, or whatever you may celebrate. It's the Christmas holiday once again. They started it kind of a preview last night, but all 3 days, it was an ugly sweater t-shirt giveaway tonight, the Christmas slippers tomorrow. So,
man.
ho, ho, ho. It's Christmas time at the Big A.
What happened to Hanukkah in July then? But CPR, real quick, a question to you guys, real quick before Otani gets in here. How much responsibility does Marcus Thames have as hitting coach for Trout's timing?
Well,
I don't think that much.
Okay.
I think it's at 50% on him, 50% on Trout. I think it's pretty even at this point. He can identify the problem, but at the end of the day, Trout's got to execute it. So he can do all he wants, but, it's got to be a collaborative effort. As former Angel Mike Ford.
This is one of Randy's favorites.
Yeah.
Last year, he was like, my boy Ford.
Yeah. Hey, when he hit that home run and ended up winning the game against his former team, the Yankees, and, shut the crowd up.
Yeah.
That was a great moment from Ford last year.
That was.
I think I got nominated for the Catella Bicycle Awards.
That's
Oh
right.
man,
It was nominated.
one of the absolute highest awards out there.
Yeah, come on. There may be an opportunity where, do we need a bike from Noble Ale Works to the Big A on tailgate night?
That would be nice.
Oh man,
Oh boy, we might have to.
that's pretty excruciating. I don't know if we can.
Ooh, and
Good.
down by way of the K, a nasty.
Wow.
Oh boy, 74-mile-an-hour little pitch right there from Shohei Ohtani. The curve is working beautifully tonight. The curveball, not a pitch he uses that often right there, but that is textbook 12-6 action.
Look at the frame job by Wallach on that. Beautiful frame.
Nothing against Matt Theis, because we've been on the, we began the season on the Matt Theis hate train.
Yes.
We're now loving him. We like to eat crow here. We would prefer to eat crow than to be right about anything. I don't know if Theis places that as well. He's not a catcher by trade.
Yeah, I think Super brought it up when on the post game he had the percentages, and it wasn't all that great for Theis. But I will say this though, I'm as much as I love Theis and I'm on that train of of Theis, I will still say, dude, he still has a hard time holding the glove right at times.
As Jose Caballero will come up, 2-0 count. Otani's pitch is going to miss, but a gift corner strike cutter, and it's 2-1.
I like that.
Now, fun fact about Jose Caballero. I have a good friend. She is the voice of the Visalia Rawhide, which is the low A affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. She texted me right before we got on the stream, and she said, if you need any fun Caballero stories for the broadcast tonight, she'll send them my way. So I'm just waiting for those. Even though it's not an Angels player, it's always good to have some stories on these ball players, regardless of where it comes out from. So
Oh, I'd love to hear some of those.
yeah, Jill, if you're watching, cheers to you. I believe you're at home tonight at Valley Strong Ballpark. Ground ball to Rendon at third. In time to Walsh. Caballero is fast, but back-to-back outs and a good quick inning so far from Shohei Ohtani, but this is the moment.
He has to get the third out.
They've gotten 2 outs. Now, shut it down. Get the outs back to the top of the order in J.P. Crawford.
Now,
All I want for Christmas is a 1-2-3 inning.
Yes, there we go. Are we naughty or are we nice? It's early tonight. We're not quite naughty just yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You said Dan Rios is his birthday?
Yes.
It's his job to be naughty with the shots. Wow, what a pitch. Look at that.
Yeah, he framed it.
12-6?
0-1, and already tonight we have the pitch by pitch here. Curve and cutter have been the prime two. Is that one? Woo, a little bit outside
Got
for
away from
Ohtani.
Just a bit outside.
I'm always naughty better. He's a Todd is naughty.
Yeah, but we're only an inning plus into this ball game. Fernando and I again talked on the podcast last night as that one's popped up.
That should do it.
Rendon,
Nope.
foul territory. And for once, it's a 1-2-3 frame.
I liked it.
The Angels get it done. Shohei, Rengifo, Walsh, Moniak on deck, and up next in the bottom of the second for the Angels as they trail 2-0. Before we get into some more, questions, comments on the YouTube stream, predictions quickly for this series. Sweep 2 out of 3. What are we talking about? I know Fernando was believing a good old Rally Chris special 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna say Rally Chris special as well, but if somehow we're able to get the win tonight, I say sweep. So I like our chances against 2 young pitchers with not that much experience, especially tomorrow's starter. Sandy, if he's on point, the Angels should roll tomorrow.
This is a homestand that the Angels need to get right.
Absolutely.
And they did their business. They swept the Cubs, a team that was struggling and scuffling in the NL Central. And this is going to be an opportunity. If you take 2 of 3, that's great. Okay? Winning series is always nice. But the sweep going into Texas and having all of that momentum against a very strong offensive and pitching team for the Rangers, we didn't think we'd be saying this in June. But it is what it is, folks. Texas ain't going away anytime soon.
They have 3 guys with over 50 RBIs, and their offensive lineup is really good. But I'm telling you, the pitching staff is being held together by shoestrings. That's why I still believe that they are going to fade at some point. I could be wrong.
You never know.
But I am bet. That is my strongest bet. I struck out with Suarez. I understand it. That was a terrible
Can
take.
he still be a bullpen piece if right?
See, what's going to suck is if I fell off the Suarez train and watched him just have a terrific second half. I'd be like, I told you. No, he didn't.
Everybody, tell us right now in the comment section, when Suarez comes back, when he is 100% healthy from the shoulder injury, can he be a part of the bullpen consistently and help this bullpen thrive? Now, the bullpen has been doing a better job of late with Estevez, Joyce, Davinsky, Soriano. Soriano's been a very nice surprise. Bachman, Matt Moore before he got shelved with the grade.
Webb isn't that bad either.
Webb, this bullpen is much different than it was in April. And, I hate to say this, I might get some hate on the comments, but loop. He's only given up 3 earned runs in the last 5 1/3 innings. Like, it's been treacherous, but it hasn't been, as Fernando and I said in the podcast, he hasn't gone crazy and, killed us. It's been sketchy, but hasn't killed us.
If Mike Trout didn't go all Superman, then yeah, he would have given up some runs.
Rengifo, first pitch swinging, grounds that one over to second. He runs about 3/4 of the way and then just slow trots over to first in time. Should we be running? Like, I don't care if you're going to be out. Go hog wild. And, you never know what can happen. Who's playing second tonight for Seattle? I think it's Caballero.
Caballero. That sounds like a dish. Like I'm hungry for some Caballero.
Yeah.
But knowing that it's a player, that doesn't make me sound at all.
Yeah.
Great. So,
if he was if he was an angel, get a little spice in your life. But
oh my God.
Jared Walsh stepping to the plate. Walsh was not supposed to be in the lineup today. It was supposed to be Gio Urshela, but came up a little limp in the lower back during batting practice and warm-ups today. So Walsh enters into the lineup, and he's going to swing foul. Big opportunity here for Walsh tonight.
Well, I know why he's has a sore back. He's been carrying the Angels lineup on his back. He's been one of the more consistent hitters all year.
Urshela, highest average among qualified players on the Angels coming into tonight's game, a 304 average. He's been doing it all. I've been on record saying this. He deserves a contract extension. I really believe he could be a fabric, a part of this Angels organization moving forward. And, Fernando, I know we agreed on this, but you can elaborate a little bit on this as the count runs full to Walsh. After this at bat, we'll get to Fernando's take here on what a contract could look like for Gio Urshela, regardless if he's an Angel or if he goes somewhere else in the offseason. But pitch number 30 from Castillo, 3-2 to Walsh. And it's a high fastball out of the zone, swung on and missed. Down by way of the K goes Walsh. He still continues to struggle here in the early portion of his season after battling insomnia and migraines through spring training and April. But Fernando, back to the point, what does a contract look like for the Angels' best bat right now in Gio Urshela?
You and I talked a little bit about this yesterday. I think 3 years, somewhere in the ballpark of about 15 to 18 million is where the Angels should look for a guy like Gio Urshela. I wouldn't go any more than 3 years. Preferably, I'm going 2 years with a third-year club option.
Well, he is age 31, so that does hinder into the conversation here. Is Castillo working fast? 0-2 count already on Mickey Moniak, who enters the lineup once again. It's kind of in a little bit of a battle, and we'll talk about Mickey Moniak because that's going to bring up a nice question into the comments section right here that I had in my mind as Moniak goes down 1-2-3 pitches. We go to the third, still 2-0 Mariners, courtesy of the Kalanick 2-run blast in the first inning for the Mariners. You have Moniak. You have Adele. You have Ward. And Hunter Renfroe's coming back from the paternity list tomorrow. Congratulations to he and his family and their new baby girl. What do the Angels do? The reports indicate Adele's getting shipped back to AAA. He's going to take the red eye probably tonight. But why only call him up for 2 days? And with that, what do you like? What have you been liking about Mickey Moniak?
Well, I've liked when Mickey Moniak's on the field. Now, given the opportunity to play every day is what he needs. Same thing with Brendan Marsh. Same thing with Adele. Adele's not going to get that here with
Brandon
Renfro.
Marsh.
When Brendan Marsh was here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Brandon, I was going to say, I'm like,
No.
Jesus came back? Jesus, it is Christmas.
He has returned. But no.
CrossFit Jesus?
Yeah. No, he's the type of dude that, again, I think Adele needs playing time. And I think they, lucky for the Angels, he came up here in one of his at-bats and hit a monstrous home run. So hopefully other teams will look at that because, again, I don't see him in the future for the Angels.
The good old piss missile from last night.
And by the way, Sterling called Fernando. He says, I don't know if it's a female or a guy. I'm not sure. Because, some of the names, I'm assuming it's a guy. But he said Fernando looks like Robin Hood.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
That's a new one.
Okay, well.
Great.
Hey, we're needy right now. Give to the needy, Fernando. We're down 2-0 in the third. Come on, help us out here.
Hey, giving to the needy is a good segment for what we're trying to do here. We'll talk more about it in the coming weeks, but right now we're working on a new project here. We're still working on the logistics and everything, but everyone here under the Hitty umbrella, including Catella Chronicles and the Box Score, are hoping to partner up here with the Inland Empire 66ers, and we're going to be giving out some backpacks to needy families in San Bernardino. So we look forward to giving you guys some more information about that.
Absolutely. It's going to be something great that we all contribute with together. I know Fernando and Todd have been working extremely hard, not only on that element, but the sponsorship aspect. And, y'all know already, 714 tickets, use the promo code HEATY. All the fun things you get at Noble Ale Works. Great to have those guys on board and to be able to do this today. And, of course, live at Noble Ale Works tomorrow as we get set for the top of the third inning. Julio Rodriguez due up, followed by Ty France and Jared Kelenic. Shohei Ohtani, after having a 1-2-3 second inning, first pitch swing and miss to Rodriguez, and it's 0-1. With the 0-1 pitch, way missing outside, and it's 1-1. But Todd, cheers for you for all the work you and Fernando have been continuing to do here for the Heedy umbrella.
Yeah, I've been trying to hold it down here locally, but I know when Fernando makes his triumphant return, it's going to be a lot easier because there's things that like I think about after that Fernando probably would have been good at chiming in, and I think we work together really good as a team, and to have him here to help out and along with you chiming in and doing your thing. Is going to, I think once he returns, the trio will get a lot more done. And that's our goal, is to be more aggressive and in the community, in the Angel, not only just the Angels community, but the fans around in the local communities that we support, because it's like mostly an Orange County type thing. So that's what we're looking to do. And this is just another chapter of what we're going to do. Started with Pony Baseball, got into this, and we're going to have more to talk about soon.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. 2-2 pitch.
He gone.
Right on the outside corner. Down by way of the K goes the once great Julio Rodriguez, says the Seattle Mariners media. And one up and one down for 5 consecutive batters. And let me get that correct as I have the lovely scorecard in front of me. Shohei Ohtani has knocked out 5 consecutive batters here since the final out of the first inning. So finding his stretch here after giving up that 2-run home run in the first inning on that sweeper pitch. We've been talking about it as France fouls that one off. The sweeper pitch has been used over 40% of the time. I don't know if he's trying to, as the young kids, or maybe when we were a little bit younger, when Mean Girls came out, it's so fetch. He's trying to make sweep happen. Yeah. And it just hasn't worked out to what Shohei Ohtani can be. I think that's affiliated to why his ERA has been over 5 over his last.
Was that Scott Boras?
Oh, yeah. Scott Boras has had a lot of Angel games.
Yeah,
I know he has a suite down there. I just, I don't see him there too often.
Yeah, that's the Scott Boras suite that he's got on the visiting on deck circle underground. I saw him this year doing, scouting some high school baseball when I was at Huntington Beach High School this year. So, speak softly and carry a big stick.
I hate that.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, a.k.a. Scott Boras.
Yeah.
Or Scott
By the way,
Boras,
those suites are $250,000 a year for anyone wondering. I've been down there before.
That's it?
It's also really weird because you can't hear anything down there because the sound travels above you. So the sound goes straight to the field. So you don't really get to hear anything down there. That's why they have speakers.
Oh. Well, there you go, fans. Fun facts of the night. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I've sat just about everywhere except two places. Down there where you guys are talking about, and the 600 level for the what is it called the other night? The blind date section or whatever I decide to call it.
Yeah, the foul ball lines right into the Angels' dugout. Ohtani, Ty France. Everybody had a little worrisome face. I think that foul ball, and there's time as they go on over and look over at third base, I wonder if somebody got hit. Nobody in the dugout. Ipe's talking to Tyler Anderson. They're joking, but it looks like everybody's fine. 0-2 to Ty France's broken bat off the end of the bat, and it's going to go just over or just a little bit wide of Jared Walsh in the right field. That was a weird-looking play. It looked like a catchable ball.
Yeah, that was like a Texas leaguer right there.
Yeah, I don't know if the broken bat, it sounded different off the bat to the field, but a shattering bat after a line drive. Let's see this one from a different angle as it goes literally off the last portion of the bat.
Jeez.
And
you have to be pretty strong to make contact with that.
Yeah, Ty France, I've seen him in person. He's a big boy. And Jared Walsh, he overruns it almost looks like. It goes to the inside part of his forearm, so it'll go down as a one-out base hit.
No sleeper here.
Jared Kelenic back up to the plate after his 2-run home run into the right field pavilion in the first inning.
Yeah, he tried doing throwing a sweeper there. I got a DM from Grillmaster, everyone's favorite, saying that Ohtani is trash. Figured that I would put him on blast.
Well, he wonders why a lot of people don't particularly follow him.
Interesting. Hot take.
I'm surprised he hasn't DFA'd his mom yet.
Maybe he did. Those were his first words. Mom, you're DFA'd. Immediately out of the womb. He DFA'd the doctor because he had the wrong position.
How many girls has he DFA'd?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many girls? How many girls has he done?
Or maybe he's been DFA'd by girls to where, now that's why he has that anger issue.
Dude, that'd be pretty sick though. Could you imagine breaking up with someone and being like, "You're DFA'd. I'm designating you for assignment."
Anybody in the chat, if you're getting, unfortunately, if you're trying to break up with boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever, try the DFA and let us know how it goes.
Unless they have a Nissan Altima, don't even date them.
Hey, designating a woman for assignment, that'll have to be like, okay, no relationship, but we still have fun, right? And if she accepts the assignment, then it's all good.
Yeah, if you're going back to AAA, it's all good.
She stays in the organization.
She stays in the organization. That's a good one.
2-2 to Kelenic is down low, 87 miles an hour, swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Shohei Ohtani. Gets a little revenge on Kelenic. So 1 on, 2 outs now for the Mariners as Teoscar Hernandez will step to the plate. But that high leg kick from Kelenic, and there is nowhere to be found. That ball going into the field. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch from Ohtani. Bouncing back after a questionable first inning here.
The chair also said a Mean Girls reference. Looks like I came in at the right time.
There you go. You're Miss James.
Yeah. According to looking at the chat, I'm a little bit farther back in the chat on my laptop than Todd is on his phone, but the Box Score podcast saying Gio Urshela would have had that ball that Jared Walsh missed. That is a good point. I have to look at the original lineup as Teoscar Hernandez drives that one into right, but good old friend Mickey Moniak coming on over and making the grab near the warning track for out number 3. So Ohtani works around a 1-out base hit. Chad Wallach, Zach Neto, and back to the top of the order in Taylor Ward when we come back for the bottom of the third. Todd, what do we got?
Well, actually, do you have any scores, Fernando, you can update us on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so the 11th just ended. Ohio and Houston are still tied at 6. Houston has threatened quite a few times. Ohio has only gotten close the one time. Let me see. What are the games that we care about? Oakland is up 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th in Milwaukee against the Brewers.
Break up the Athletics.
Jeez.
Yeah, right.
Hey, they took
Athletics
2 of 3 from the Braves last
Pirates.
week. And the Pirates as well. So
dare I say they're heating up. They are 14-50. So
watch, they go rip off the 2002 20-game winning streak again or something wild.
One game that will excite Angels fans, especially if Ohio can't pull off a win. The Rays clobbered the Rangers 8-3 today.
Good.
See what I talked about. Fernando, we talked about this. If we could get a little help from our friends, this might be a decent weekend if the Angels can control what they can control.
Absolutely.
And with a win tonight, the Angels would move 6.5 back. Up to the minute standings here. The Angels, winners of 4 in a row. They've won 6 of their last 10. 7.5 back of the Rangers for first in the division. Only 2.5 back of the Astros in the wild card. So guess what? If our good old buddies, the Ohioaners, as I say, defeat the Astros tonight, and the Angels can rip off this win, only a game and a half back of the wild card, which to me isn't bad.
It keeps you in play. Yeah. And if they're able to take care of 3 or 4, you're potentially talking about in a week's time making up 4 to 5 games in the standings. And that's excellent.
Yeah.
Come on, Drew Carey, win the game. And for anybody who was wondering about our, dare I say, friends up north, the Dodgers lost 5-4 against Philadelphia.
Excellent.
While we're still on a commercial break here on Apple TV, I'm going to be real for a second. The Dodgers pitching is not great right now. Outside of Clayton Kershaw, Syndergaard's not great. Urias is still injured. A couple of their prospects at AAA that they've called up a couple of times have ERAs over 8. Walker Buehler's still injured with Tommy John surgery. That rotation's in shambles right now. And in the comments, how do we feel about the Dodgers not playing great right now? The Diamondbacks, first place in the NL West.
I'm like McDonald's. I'm loving it. Real quick, PJ says, who's that guy with a big mustache in the dugout seats? That's Jared Weaver's dad. Seriously, that's his dad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's his dad. He's at every game.
Yeah.
I know that Scott Boras used to only have Jared Weaver, correct, before Rendon came?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because which is so weird. By the way, Chad Wallach with the K there.
Strikeout.
The backwards K.
The backwards K. Strikeout looking. That's been the biggest problem so far for the Angels. For Castillo, this is one of the keys to defeat him. Work the counts. Get him to labor a little bit. And right now, they're swinging and missing at everything right now. He's been pretty much mid to upper 90s thus far tonight. 37 pitches in the bottom of the third. As Zach Neto steps to the plate, 241 average, 3 dingers, 18 RBIs, an OPS of 683 with Zach Neto. Zach Neto's been a nice surprise. I didn't think any of us saw him coming up this early or even this season at all.
Yeah, I think me and Fernando were on the train about him possibly coming up late September and getting a call-up depending on where the Angels were at. And we were just as shocked as you are and everyone else when he got called up. And he's not, his average will come up to 300. I know at some point.
Yeah.
But he's doing a phenomenal job at shortstop.
1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Neto, he has the defensive quality like we've seen from years from Andrelton Simmons. Mm-hmm. He has that defensive prowess, which was going to be great. So it's just a matter of getting the batting average up. But again, just like Ben Joyce, as he swings and misses at an elevated fastball on a 1-2 pitch, 97 miles an hour. And just like that, the Angels 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 time through the order, they have 1 hit. It was an infield single by Shohei Ohtani. And back-to-back, like I said, strikeouts here in the third inning. Total, 5 strikeouts through 9 batters in this ballgame. Not what you want to see from the Angels.
Nope.
No, Neto shouldn't be swinging at that. He had no business swinging at that. That ball wasn't at the plate at all, nor was it even close. I understand as a baseball player myself, hindsight's 20/20, but you got to be selective. And on 2 strikes, you can't be swinging with that kind of garbage.
Somehow, some way, when the Angels faced Castillo the first time, he only went 5 2/3 innings. That was the opening week of the season. Castillo has gone 7 innings multiple times this year. So there is nothing in my mind with the struggles as Seattle has. Is ground ball to J.P. Crawford. He bobbles it twice, and Taylor Ward will get on what should have been a routine 6-3 ground out to end the third. It's going to be an error, and Shohei Ohtani.
All right, guys.
We'll have a runner on. Does Ohtani? Remember last year when we did the live stream, I predicted an Ohtani home run the pitch before, and he gave it to us.
Did.
So, is Ohtani going to hit a home run to tie this ball game up right now, folks? Here we go.
I think he gets a hit.
Okay.
I don't think a home run, though.
I think he walks.
Wait. Someone's calling me. Patio from Japan. It's a dinger.
Oh, God.
Time called by the umpire, and it looks like it
It hit him? Oh, no.
Oh. Time?
Pitch clock.
Pitch clock violation?
Violation.
Yeah, pitch clock violation against Luis Castillo. So 1 ball, no strikes automatically to start the count against Shohei Ohtani. That's good. You know, I'm pretty sure Apple TV will have the hit probability or on-base probability.
Yeah, they're going to bring something up right now.
277 average for Ohtani, 16 homers, 42 RBIs. Why not make it 17?
Almost 50% probability right here.
Just to reach base.
Oh,
and he drives it deep to the wall, to the track, and we are tied. 2 years in a row, we predicted a Shohei bomb.
Sleigh bells ring.
Are you listening? Shohei Ohtani does it again. A beautiful sight, Ohtani again. We are tied at the Big A. Woo!
I'll tell
There
you
we
one
go.
thing. I hope the mistletoe is hanging from Shohei's belt because that was quite the dinger.
Yeah.
Put the kabuta on, baby. It's a brand new ball game. We are tied at 2.
There's Martin's favorite bat boy.
Oh, my gosh.
That was awesome.
2 years in a row.
Dude, and you called it. That air wound up killing him.
Yeah. The error kills him. Again, just like walks will come back to bite you. An error like that, especially while your pitcher's rolling, that's going to throw him off. And then throw in the next pitch violation, and Castillo did exactly what Ohtani did in the first. This time left a fastball belt high right down the middle.
That was a mistake pitch.
That's a pitch that guaranteed he wishes he could have back as Mike. Same similar pitch, just gets under it a little bit. Coming on over in right field is Teoscar Hernandez. He grabs it. We are a third of the way through at the Big A today, but Shohei did not miss it. He takes a fastball right down the heart of the plate, puts it beyond the trees, and Christmas trees, I'll say, in center field tonight. We predicted it once again. We are tied at 2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Ohtani back on the bump tonight. Woo, can we get a "oh yeah" in the chat? Let's go, folks.
Oh, I know. That was a huge home run. What'd you think of that home run right there, Fernando?
Love to see it.
Because, we're all...
Wow, winning.
Because that was a huge home run right there. We're not winning yet. But that was awesome because that gives us all the momentum right now.
Being in the ToddFox studios for the first time and seeing his entire setup and all the click. Now, when I go home and ever I watch the post game or anything else that we do podcast, I'm going to know exactly what you're doing now. I'm not going to think this is some just, hand of whatever baseball god that we have here.
How dare you?
Looking at the comments right now.
Do you think Crawford had...
Emotional damage.
Oh my goodness.
so.
Looking at the comments right now, Clutch AB says the box score podcast, considering the team and the starting pitching. Yeah, I 100% agree with the situation at hand right now. The pitching has been the bitching that we've been doing for a while.
And fired.
This is it. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. With all the bitching we've been doing about the Angels pitching of late, the 3 games against the Cubs, the bullpen's been great. The starters have been doing enough to bridge that gap. The offense, it's almost a perfect storm right now. We're getting to that perfect mentality, and this could be the homestand to really kickstart that. Tied at 2, going to the top of the 4th. A 2-run home run by Kelenic in the top of the 1st. Ohtani, a 2-run blast in the bottom of the 3rd. And we're all knotted up going to the 4th.
What has to happen this inning is a shutdown inning.
Yeah.
He's got to keep rolling.
Due up for the Mariners, it's going to be
How dare you?
Cal Raleigh, Eugenio Suarez, and Mike Ford. So batters 6, 7, and 8 due up. As right now, if you're watching the Apple TV, Phil Nevin being interviewed right now in between the innings as the first pitch to Cal Raleigh misses down low from Ohtani 1-0. But, Ohtani looks like he's laboring tonight. Just kind of looks a little, I don't want to say emotionally draining, but it could be the humidity. It could be the situation. Maybe got a little winded running around the bases a little bit.
I'm lip reading Nevin right now, and I think he's saying, my guys are always tired. They need days off. Fuck Moniak. I love Ward.
Hey, but we wouldn't be tied if it wasn't for Ward at least putting the ball in play.
That is true.
Looking at it from a honk perspective right there. I got it, take it in stride here, folks. We have to take it in stride.
Yeah, we do.
I think Phil Nevin said something about he can't wait for the game to be able to go get a cheeseburger. I don't know.
Or maybe he wants a nice little brewski at Noble Airworks after the game.
Hey, there you go.
See?
Work in the sponsor.
There you go. 1-2 pitch to Cal Raleigh. He was no official at bat tonight. Walked in his first plate appearance, a .216 average this season with 8 dingers. 1-2 from Ohtani. Off the inside part of the bat, but into the crowd and foul. Big crowd tonight.
Yes.
At the Big A. I know it was the Christmas T-shirt giveaway, the ugly sweater. And tomorrow's the slipper giveaway. So
I really want the slippers. Anybody has some extra pair of slippers, let me know.
Well, I'll see. My sister's going with some friends to the game tomorrow night. So we shall see what the slippers are and if they're actually decent.
Okay. Well, if any of them don't want it, make sure to let her know that I'm willing to buy them.
Okay.
Richard was echoing the same thing, or said he was saying the same thing about a shutdown inning. So
yeah,
we need that shutdown inning.
The semi shift on in the infield. 1-2 misses. 2-2.
Hey, and if I remember correctly, I predicted today would be that Ohtani would give up a first inning home run. I said it would be a solo shot, but I was close, and I said that it would be a pitcher's duel, but that the Angels would squeak it out.
Yeah, a little bit. So we'll see what happens as the 2-2 misses down and towards the toes. Count runs full 3-2. Can't give this one away. Do not want to give up a free pass.
No leadoff walk here.
Especially as you get towards the bottom of the order, and especially to a hitter that's only batting .216. This is you can't do it.
This is what they usually do, though.
3-2, and he walks him. It gets away from Wallach. Better hurry up so Raleigh doesn't take off to second, but he's not the fleetest of foot. That's why he's a catcher. No offense to catchers that try to run, but that is what it is. So a leadoff walk after a 2-run blast in the bottom of the third. I don't want to foretell the future, but we said it earlier. A 2-out error after Luis Castillo is rolling on all cylinders, and then the pitch violation, next pitch home run. So you get on a little bad streak. Hopefully Shohei Ohtani can bounce back here as Eugenio Suarez will step to the plate, and it's a high and tight fastball. In my opinion, this is where Chad Wallach needs to go out and just settle him down. He already looks a little amped up tonight. 4th inning, and please tell me I didn't call that again. Is Wallach coming out? Yes, he is.
Yeah, right,
oh, my God, we continue it. Yes.
Oh, real quick, though. Vetter says, does Fernando love feet because of slipper comment? And then the box score says, I don't know if Fernando doesn't fit as a foot guy. And then Vetter says, well, maybe he's an ankle guy.
I'm not into either. Feet are disgusting in every capacity.
How dare you?
Everybody needs to wear their sandals for the tailgate.
Oh, God. Yeah, please do not.
No. I'm not looking at anyone's feet. That's for sure.
Yeah, no.
We are not trying
Todd's already going to be in a clown costume. We don't need him to walk around pitching a tent.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, my God.
With those rainbow pants on top of it.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Hide your kids.
As that one
Yes.
is lined right to Rengifo, throw back to first. In time.
Yes.
Luis Rengifo's defense plays key. The shift was
These nuts.
Yes.
Got him.
There you go, these nuts. Luis Rengifo shading Eugenio Suarez up the middle. He hits it beautifully, and Raleigh takes one too many steps off the bag, and for once, Rengifo has a throw to the chest.
Wow.
Or a little bit lower than the chest, but that is definitely in time. You will not be reviewing that one. And Jared Walsh, this is the defense that I like from Walsh, puts the foot right on the bag where the hand can't go. So perfect defense.
He got him out twice because, correct me if I'm wrong, he didn't need to tag him right there, but he did anyway.
I think it was just where the throw carried him, but either way, we'll take the out as Mike Ford steps to the plate.
Yep.
And he grounds that one nearly hitting Chad Wallach in the mask, and I think it might have got a piece of Chad. He kind of looked at him with that face like, I hate being a catcher.
Yep.
This is why I don't do
The
it
Matt
anymore.
Dice voice. Whoa, that got me in the face, bro.
Bro, watch the overswing. That kind of hurt.
Oh,
My
so
CBD gummies haven't kicked in yet.
I felt that one.
Ohtani getting a little defensive help. 74th pitch of the ball game is going to just miss the outside corner. He wanted it, but it was outside. 2-1. So,
We got to get at least 6 innings out of Ohtani here.
Well, if he can get out of the 4th inning under 80 pitches, you can get for sure 5, for sure. But he's going to have to pitch a 12-pitch or less inning as he gets 4 to rip and miss 2 and 2. So let's say he gets him out on the next pitch 76. You go about another 10 to 12. That'd be upper 80s. You could get 6 out of him, but the 5th and the 6th inning have to be quick.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of Ohtani, for anyone wondering, his home run just clocked in at 440 feet. That's as of right now. We'll see what StatCast decides to change his mind to later.
Down by way of the K goes Mike Ford swinging on the inside part of the plate, so it definitely is. Once again, we're predicting the future. The next pitch, Ohtani gets it done, strikes him out. So the double play by Luis Rengifo helps, courtesy of good defense, gets Ford to strike out, and the Angels will go back to hitting in the bottom of the 4th for the first time tonight, either tied or in the lead. We're tied at 2, and it's going to be Rendon, Rengifo, and Walsh due up in the bottom of the 4th.
And every time Ohtani gets a strikeout, he's going to be flashing
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
sorry, Ford, but you deserve it.
Yeah, we loved you when you were with us, but now we got to tease you a little bit. You earned it. You earned that. You got to earn that right.
Exactly. So any updates on those scores, Fernando?
Yeah, actually, I just have them pulled up right now. So we are now going into the 13th inning as the Astros and Ohio continue to trade blows, but nobody has scored and nobody has won the game yet. They remain at 7-7, and Oakland is still up 5-2, going into the 8th inning in Milwaukee.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Fernando, but since they've done this, Ghost Runner,
situation,
there hasn't been many games go past the 11th, right?
Yeah, I'd have to look into that, but this is definitely one of the latest I've ever seen.
Yeah, because we used to, there'd be one game a year, right, guys?
You go about 15, 16
18 innings where it's like, hey, they played 2 today in one game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to an Angels game a couple years ago when Pujols had a walk-off against the Red Sox. I went to 19 innings.
Damn.
I went to an Oakland A Angel game at the Big A, and it was a 2-1 final. It was the night Cespedes threw Howie Kendrick out from the left field foul pole.
Oh, I remember that game. I was there.
Yeah, and it went I forget if it was 14 or 16 innings. It was an even number. And a walk-off solo blast by our good friend Colin Cowgill.
Oh, the Cowgill guy.
2-1 was the final. It was kind of a boring offensive game, but I remember that Cespedes throw, and it was I forget if it was the 8th inning when that happened, 8th or late in the game, and Howie Kendrick thought, I got this easy. And he was chugging, he was doing his business, but Cespedes just had that arm. That was a dynamic throw. But as we get back, if anybody wonders, a little non-baseball news, 4th quarter in game 4 of the NBA Finals, Denver Nuggets lead the Miami Heat 86-80 for all you basketball fans out there as well.
The two of you that are still paying attention to basketball.
Yeah, exactly. For anybody that, I'm a basketball fan, but Nikola Jokic, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some fans that are going to transfer over because I forgot that was tonight, too, the finals. So.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not a basketball guy.
It's not like you've missed much. It's not like Shohei Ohtani hit a 2-run home run and we called it. 1-1. Rendon puts one in a right field to the wall to the track.
Nice
and
hit.
It's going to hit the Nito tire sign in right field. Tony Two Bags is coming in clutch tonight. A leadoff double for Anthony Rendon.
Now, who's next right here? Who's up next?
It's going to be Luis Rengifo.
Okay, chances we bunt here, guys?
1%. Honestly, it's so low that if we bunt here to advance him over to third base, I will personally order a bouquet of flowers for Phil Nevin right now to the stadium.
See, Fernando, I thought because it sounded like you were going to do the whole, no chance.
No way in hell that the Angels are going to bunt the man over.
So a runner in scoring position, Rengifo fouls one off his foot. It rolls to Castillo, and Rengifo will take a moment to gather himself. 0 for 1 with the ground out tonight. 225 average. This isn't the start or the year that we thought maybe Luis Rengifo would have. And Fernando and I talked about this in the podcast. The Angels are always good at trying to rely on a good productivity year and hoping to replicate it. They did it with Jared Walsh after a good 2021 season, and then 2022 didn't work out. Rengifo, good 2022. 2023 hasn't fully worked out yet. So how can the Angels prevent a situation like this from happening as Phil Nevin has emerged from the dugout and they're going to check? Could we potentially have a Gio Urshela sighting tonight?
We could, or a jury.
Or a jury. Let's see. Yeah, Rengifo, He's shaking his head as if he's going to be okay.
Fletcher.
Hey, right now, our boy over at second base, Tony Two Bags, is like, bro, if that happened to me, I'd be gone a month.
Oh my gosh.
Rendon's like, well, time to go spend time with my kids. God, I can't. Agony.
Hey, you know that's my I can hear my dad, even though the studio's soundproof. I can hear him from the front room right now going, "Why aren't they bunting right now? They should be bunting."
Yeah, this is a different time.
Well, honestly,
Papa Fox.
This could be a good opportunity to bunt. You just foul one off your foot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make it a little easy on yourself. 52nd pitch of the night for Castillo. And, of course, no bunt, but that was grounded up the middle. Tony Two Bags will turn third and come on home. And for the first time tonight, the Angels have the lead. It's 3-2.
Yes.
Yes.
How about them apples?
Yes.
For those that are following along here on the stream, your ears are probably getting blown out with the voices right now.
Good.
I know. I'm like, oh my God, I'm loud. But hey, this is just what I do for a living, folks. This is the broadcaster in me. You're gonna get it full or nothing. As Rengifo slips that one right past the little shift as Walsh comes up.
Well, that single was great, but a home run would have been so much better.
I know. The honk needed to be squeezed a little harder.
Thames is like, swing harder and use the uppercut. Come on, be low.
Show me your honks.
Hey, would you rather have Thames or our good buddy, Sereno?
Oh, Thames, but
yeah, come on. Jared Walsh, missing
honestly,
that
what's
high
the
fastball.
difference at this point?
Oh.
How dare you?
Right now, is it game over for Walsh?
That was a question of the day, yesterday, and it seems like most people still have not given up on Walsh. But, unfortunately, where the Angels are right now, they just don't have any time to let these guys get hot. Because, yeah, sure, we're still contending, we're still staying in there. But, I mean, the Angels are, 4 games over 500 or 3 right now?
4.
Oh,
I mean, 4 games over 500, and, I mean,
Walsh,
they're still almost out of the divisional playoff race at this point.
Yeah, Walsh is kind of like Mike Trout right now. They're just missing the fastball. Yeah. I think their timing is still off, and I'm going to give more slack to Jared Walsh than Mike Trout because Walsh is coming off a bunch of, head injuries and everything that's gone on with him. That's not easy to go through the migraines and the insomnia and the vertigo. Not a fun thing to have, but Trout's been healthy all season long, and he's still missing the fastballs. And for Mike Trout being who Mike Trout is, that's something that they definitely need to get right.
Yeah, because I can see that happening in the first month, but to be this prolonged, it's definitely. I mean, although he has numbers, he should have way better numbers. Those fastballs shouldn't be thrown to him at all. He should be able to just put those in the left field pavilion.
Yeah. And Jared Walsh, I think the reason why I'm willing to give him a little bit of a pass and some leeway right now, he's just a good guy. You always see him with a smile on his face. He's a team player, and I'm not trying to give out participation awards here. But it's the truth, and I'll root for players like that as Moniak fouls that one back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. The Angels have a 3-2 lead, courtesy of a Luis Rengifo RBI single, scoring Anthony Rendon for second, who led off the inning with a double in a right field. Fun fact about Luis Rengifo, after this pitch to Moniak, Castillo takes time 1-2, fouled back, still 1-2. Rengifo in June so far coming into today's game, 421 average, 2 homers, 3 RBI. So finding a little bit of a renewed birth here, a little renaissance for Luis Rengifo.
I like what CPR said. He said, Gut says bunt there by Rengifo, and then he says, good thing I don't gamble after that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing you're not a major league manager either. Jeez. Bunting's so cliche. We don't do that anymore, ever.
Well, let's see. Moniak struck out his first time up. Pickoff attempt over at first. So far for the Angels, it's been the top of the order that's getting things done. An error by Taylor Ward gets him on first. Ohtani with the 2-run blast. Rendon, a double and scored. Rengifo, the RBI single. But from Walsh to Neto, they've all struck out tonight. Walsh twice, Moniak once, Wallach once, Neto once.
But after that hit, we were all like, absolutely.
We absolutely love it right now.
Love to see it.
Big pitch right here, right, Fernando?
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Renjifo's going.
Uh-oh.
Swung on and missed the throw to second, and that is definitely in
Double
time.
play.
Double play. Strike him out, throw him out. That's not a full momentum swing, but that's something that
That's why we don't believe in small ball. See, if he would have hit a home run over the fence, that wouldn't
Yeah.
have happened.
Hey,
The same.
But see, here's Nevin logic. You want to hear some philosophy? Philosophy was like, hey, you know what? We have healthy guys that can run. No, they stay station to station. Oh, a guy messed up his shin, although he got the RBI single. Run, damn it, run!
There you go. Philosophy.
Oh boy. But the Angels do strike for a run on 2 hits, back-to-back style, a Rendon double and a Renjifo single. The Angels, for the first time tonight, have a 3-2 lead. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Ohtani is cruising after a tough first inning that gave up that home run to Kellenic, which wasn't great. It was a 7-batter first inning, but a 1-2-3 second inning, or yeah, 1-2-3 second inning, and a 1-2-3 fourth inning after a double play. Looking for a quick, maybe 12 pitches or less type of inning.
That would be
We
nice.
have an update from Ohio.
Let's bring it.
Houston has scored and is currently winning 8-7, going into the bottom of the 13th inning.
Well, all they need is a run, so hopefully Ohio can get a run.
Yeah.
The box,
Come on, Drew Carey.
It's like, box-
Miles Strauss, Stephen Kwan, and Ahmad Rosario are the men who are going up for Cleveland.
Okay.
Well, they have a chance with Rosario, but the box score says we can't afford the slack. I agree with this comment right here. He says when he needs AAA at bats, we should send him down and bring him up mid-June or mid-July, I think the box score says.
About Walsh?
Yeah, about Walsh.
Yeah,
And Jim
I agree.
says, I'm calling it right now, Monday's brunch in Salt Lake for Walsh.
Oh, no.
If the Angels, I really think Walsh, it's starting to grow on me. Send him back to AAA. It's not a demotion in that sense. It's to get right. And I think gain your confidence back. Because right now you're not gaining your confidence by striking out on easy fastball pitches. I really do
You should be
believe
a school
that.
counselor. It's not a demotion. It's a get right.
You just got to get yourself right. But, yeah.
I'd want you to fire me if anybody would.
Oh, okay. If I only had that power.
He'll do it.
You're not fired. You're just hitting the bread lines.
Yeah. Your department's being downsized. You're part of an outplacement.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, wow, there you go, man. Talk about confusing somebody to saying you're fired.
Hey, come on. In the era we live in right now, that could be a hiring speech.
That could be.
That could be a hiring speech. But top of the 5th inning, bottom of the order, Caballero to lead things off as Ohtani misses away. 1-0. It'll be Caballero, Crawford, and Rodriguez 9-1-2.
Real quick.
Was that a 91-mile-an-hour fastball? I don't have the game day open. Do you guys?
Yeah, it was as he nearly hits Caballero. First pitch was a 90-mile-an-hour splitter.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 91 fastball is concerning, but okay, splitter is fine.
Yeah.
Now here's a question I have for you guys. Rodriguez already has 2 strikeouts tonight. Does he get the hat trick or does he get the golden sombrero?
He's getting he's getting the nacho night tonight. So I think he goes 0 for 4.
Oh, okay.
I think 0 for 4, 3 punchies.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
hat trick too.
Let's see, on the corner, nice glove work right
Good
there by
pitch.
Chad Wallach, and a good pitch, 81 miles an hour. And what pitch was that? The sweeper. I'm a traditionalist. I was very adamant last night on the podcast to say I don't want the sweeper.
Nice.
Check swing. Did
Got
he
him.
go?
Oh, come on.
Who's umping tonight? I got to see who's umping this game here for a
That
second.
might have been Angel Hernandez, but
Yeah, let's see. First base umpire. Do they have it on ESPN? Yeah, here we go. First base, Phil Cuzzy.
Phil Cuzzy. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Cuzzy not helping his 3-2 pitcher Ohtani, and that is way outside. Caballero checks a swing but did not go. And back-to-back innings, it's a lead-off walk and not what you want to do for the 9-hole hitter for the Mariners.
You want to at least get through the 5.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at things now, it's going to be J.P. Crawford, who walked and has popped out in this game so far, and he's a speedster. So somehow, some way, you need to find a way to get him out.
It's typical Angels letting the number 9 hole guy get on.
Yeah. As the first pitch,
That should have been a strike.
just a bit low, 98 miles an hour, just misses the zone. to J.P. Crawford. His error on the Taylor Ward ground ball led to the Ohtani 2-run blast. I do like switching Trout and Ohtani in the batting order. We were so used to Trout 2-hole, Ohtani in the 3-hole. So that's one move by Phil Nevin. I think that's going to pan out better for the Angels once Trout starts hitting the ball better.
Mike Hawkins doesn't give his vote of confidence for Ohtani going 5, but we'll see. He's got to definitely get Crawford out.
Yeah, yeah. With the leadoff walk, as Crawford pops this one up into left, Ward coming on over, and it's just short to the wall. You know, tough play with those cement walls in foul territory, and with Ward's unfortunate track record with his neck getting, into the wall last season, and having a couple other instances nearly slamming into the wall. I don't blame him for not wanting to climb the fence right there, but
you would think Cheap Ass Artie would have fixed the stadium by now and got rid of the old concrete barriers, but
no, come
so
on.
much.
Sorry.
Why would we do that at the house that the cowboy built that Artie's made even worse and has let fall apart, and the bathroom doors are rusting and the tiles are dirtier than a Buena Park gigolo's pants?
Oh, man.
But Shohei Ohtani will get J.P. Crawford to fly right back to Taylor Ward, this time in a safe left center field. So 1 on, 1 out now for Julio Rodriguez as they're showing on Apple TV. Ohtani, the 2018 Rookie of the Year, 2021 MVP, 2022 AL MVP runner-up, and the 2023 World Baseball Classic MVP. So a litmus of great accolades for Ohtani as he comes into a contract season. First pitch to Rodriguez nearly hits him in the waistline, and it's 1-0.
By the way, with that one mistake sweeper, that's not where his sweeper should be. But when they're on the outside corner against a right-hander, they're devastating. And I think that's where he's got to live the rest of the game while he's in there. Quick compliment. And Drizzle said, I forgot you guys were on, but I turned down the TV. I got it on mute. And I'm watching you guys live and listening to you guys. So thank you very much.
All right, all right. Right now, got 42 people watching on the live stream. Keep on coming in. Todd and I here for you with the Catella Chronicles and the Halos in the Infield live stream, along with Fernando from Chicago, as the 1-0 is fouled back and the count evens up 1-1. Brought to you by 714 Tickets and Noble Ale Works. Tomorrow, Todd, we're going to have some good times at Noble Ale Works tomorrow for the watch party.
Oh, yeah, you think I slur my speech without alcohol? Wait till tomorrow. You're going to be like, what the fuck did he just say? I'll be like, I'm going to be like Harry Carey. I'll be like, I won, I two. I'm going to be plastered tomorrow by the 7th inning.
Man, that was the most. I felt like I was at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, because, it'll be buy one, get one free after the 7th inning. So, again, come down to Noble Ale Works. They're going to have barbecue there. We're going to have Jenga games, checkers, cornhole. It's going to be fun for the family, so you can bring the family. It's family-friendly. It's going to be nice, and hopefully we get a good game again tomorrow, because this one is much better than last year's. I should say that.
At this point, before we get into that, Julio Rodriguez getting a high fastball inside into the padded elbow guard area. So guess what? Ohtani hits Julio Rodriguez by a pitch. So 2 on and 1 out as Rodriguez kind of just nods his head to Ohtani. No bad blood there. It's all good. He knows that's just a fastball that gets away. So Ty France, the batter.
Dangerous hitter.
Good old double play would be the best thing right now for Ohtani as that first pitch is in there for a strike. 90 pitch mark for Shohei through 4 1/3 innings tonight. This could be it for him. 5th inning wise. They haven't shown anything in the bullpen yet to say, someone's getting ready. Let's see. Can we get a double play? No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is
nice
a big
pitch.
cut and a miss by Ty France.
Oh, I could feel the breeze over here from that in the Windy City.
We had a comment earlier that said this game feels like a playoff game. And it does it to you guys?
A little bit, to a degree. I think Shohei Ohtani having a rough first inning would kind of be in line with that. 0-2.
I think there's a lot of drama in this one so far for a regular season game, even though it's between.
Wow, that one just missed.
Yeah. According to the, as you guys are looking at the stream right now, that pitch looks like borderline in there for a strike. According to Apple TV, it's just above the strike zone. So again, ESPN, Apple, everybody has their own little different variety of the zone. 1-2 pitch, and that has popped up. Will it stay in? Rendon going towards the dugout, and it's into the camera well. Erica Weston had a duck from that one. Oh, wait, she got the night off tonight.
Load management.
Poor unfortunate. I was going to say poor us.
I think we have a a little thingy on the live stream here. We got to get
I gotta
that
get
out.
that out of the way here.
Yeah.
Right there. All right, there
We
go.
don't have everybody looking at our vantage point here.
Also, real quick, shout out to Richard Brooks. He's watching us in Phoenix. Grew up in Cyprus.
Oh, all right. Hello, Phoenix, Arizona. There's the 1-2. Just missing the outside corner. This home plate umpire tonight, as we scroll back to who's home plate umpiring tonight for a minute. I love seeing on Twitter the umpire scorecards. And it's Dan Bellino tonight. He's been pretty fair with the strike zone tonight. Nothing too egregious, nothing too horrible at this point.
Oh, that was
As that one misses inside, and now Ohtani's laboring.
big pitch right here.
You don't want, the Angels are one of the highest teams of inherited runners out of the bullpen, but looking at things right now, I don't think anybody's warming up in this bullpen right now. So Ohtani needs this out.
He does.
Full count, 2-on-1 out, the 3-2 pitch to France. And he's going to line that one, and that's going to drop into center for a base hit. We are tied.
tied.
As Caballero comes in and scores, going first to third is Julio Rodriguez, and Ty France ties this game. And we've talked about this before. The very next half inning after the Angels get a lead, they give it up, either tie or they fall behind, and Ohtani comes victim of that, and there's runners on the corners and one out, and the Mariners are threatening for more.
Yeah. Now,
Who do you start to warm up in the bullpen right now?
I think maybe Davinsky.
Yeah.
Davinsky, or I would say maybe even Ben Joyce right now
Yeah.
to get you out of this jam.
Well, Davinsky was, an inning and a third or an inning and two-thirds last time, so he might have a very short.
There you go.
Ground ball to Walsh for one, throw over to first, and
Got
that's
him.
in time. And Jared Walsh comes up clutch, and Ohtani is screaming. Oh, yeah, he's hyped up after that one. If that carryover throw back to first was not in time, Mariners take the lead, but a ground ball right to Walsh. Over to Neto at second for one. The throw back. The good old 3-6-3 inning-ending double play off the bat of Jared Kelenic, who homered earlier in the game, keeps this game tied. And as the air conditioning comes on here in the ToddFox studios, we can take a breath of fresh air here.
Yeah,
getting out of that jam.
I sent the smoke signal that we needed AC. It was getting a little warm in here, and we got it on. So shout out to the girl, my girl Stevie Elise. Thank you so much, because
There we go.
man, it was getting a little warm in here.
It's because I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody knows when Dominic's in the house of Catella Chronicles, it's getting hot.
You're wearing sandals, so it didn't help you. I'm just kidding.
Oh God!
And everyone has now thrown up.
And
I'm not sleeping tonight.
And Drizzle says walks will be the death of this team all season. I can't agree more on that one.
Yeah.
Box score says save Davinsky and Joyce. Any scoreboard update there?
Let me pull it up.
Yes. Let's see.
And the Ohio has tied it up 8-8. We're at the top of the 14th now.
oh my gosh. I'm going to guess it's going 17 innings tonight.
Yeah, I mean, man, they tied it up. Let me see if I can find out who did. Well, but now Houston is threatening again. 1 out, a runner on third base.
Don't tell me that. Come on now.
Oh, here we go again.
Let's see. Taking a look at more of the comments here, Todd. Let's see what we got.
Marty wants to know if we're going to have a collaboration between the two pages and have Stamos on the bike, the Catella bike.
We could.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That could be a nice little wrinkle into the Catella, Chronicles Awards, by the end of the season. That could be a nice little attribute this season. Maybe we might have to do a live stream from the Big A parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
After the season when nobody's there, we just cruise on in and walk.
I'm thinking about if I'm honked up on July 1st, I might just, get into costume right before the game, after the tailgate, and then just ride my daughter's bike over there. She's got a
Is it pink?
It's pink.
There you go.
Does it have little on the side?
The little frillies?
No, it doesn't have frillies,
pom-poms?
but it does have a basket. So I can.
Oh. All right.
My
do you
skinny
have a
butt
rally
can get
monkey?
in there.
Do I have a rally monkey?
Yeah.
I'd have to look.
You have
for
to.
one. I
You
think
have
I
to
do.
have
You mean
one.
Rally Chris?
Yeah, but I had to pick him up from Irvine. Then I'd have to ride the bike all the way over.
Dude, Red, little Chris just sitting there in your basket.
Oh my God.
God, you're going too fast. I'm scared. And I'm hungry.
Chad Wallach to
But
lead
Hooters
things
is closed.
off.
They closed the Todd. It's so scary. I'm scared. They closed Hooters.
Chad Wallach to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth. A 1-2 count from Luis Castillo, and it's
Looking again.
that ball was a little bit low,
man.
and Chad Wallach is upset because that call has not been given to Ohtani tonight. It has been a ball, but this time around, that's a strike, and that one was, to me, not in the zone enough, according to the Apple TV chart. So, interesting situation right there.
These guys are a-holes. Box score says, no wonder why he keeps looking down. And that you were also blamed, even though he's not in sandals. I'm looking at my phone, but he's not in sandals. It was a joke. And then they're saying, yeah, see, look, he's got
The
shoes.
Halo Red Under Armours, folks. The Halo Red Under Armours.
Yeah.
The better said you were teasing me on purpose, but there's no sandals. So
Wow.
Oh. I'm barefoot. For whatever it's worth. I mean, I have my Coyote slippers, but I mean,
see, for the record, I'm not into guys' feet. So you guys
Yeah,
have
that's what
nothing
he
to
said.
Let's
worry
get that
about.
straight here, folks.
let me see the history on your phone.
Zach Neto up to the bat. Nobody on, one out, 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, 2-2. Gotta get in. The Angels, this is an inning where you kind of have to fight back. They did that all 3 games against the Cubs. Whenever the Cubs scored, the next half inning, the Angels would score. So against Castillo, this would be a good opportunity, who's only at, let's see, the pitch clock, or not a violation, but Neto call time, 70 P. So he could go 6-7 innings right now.
Yeah, I'm smelling a no decision for Shohei if they don't get something right here, obviously, because I doubt they would bring him out for another inning. But then again, they haven't even panned over to the what do you call it, the bullpen to see who's warming up, if there is anybody.
Good old Apple TV, not giving a gosh darn dang about what the heck's going on except for themselves, excluding Wayne Randazzo. As a 3-2 pitch, a nice at-bat from Zach Neto. He down in the count 1-2, works his way to a walk. So the 9-hole hitter gets on, flip it back to the top of the order, and Taylor Ward. The ground ball error by J.P. Crawford led to the Ohtani 2-run blast last time around. Let's see. Get a little base hit over the shortstop's head into left center field, go first to third, bring Ohtani up. This is a good opportunity as the pitch clock 5, 4, 3, and he steps off to save the clock. Lucky.
Let me channel my inner Patrick O'Neill. All we need is a home run right here. Home run, home run, home run, launch angle.
Taylor Ward does, coming into this game, have a very good, he was batting .500. Again, it was only in 4 at-bats against Luis Castillo, so, not too much to go on, but that one, 87 mile an hour, missing away, 1-0. Taylor Ward, who's, again, 8-game hitting streaks on the line right now, and through the month of June, he is batting .320 coming into this game, so not all for nothing for Taylor Ward. I know he gets a lot of jokes, joking love, as that one is big, rip and a miss. The Angels are behind that fastball tonight. Luis Castillo throwing 94+, and they're just a pinch behind that one tonight, and that's costed them on a couple pitches, especially from Trout and Walsh and now Ward.
Yep.
Does Neto take off here to try to avoid a double play?
No, not after what happened last inning with Rengifo on the double play. I think that is scrapped from the record books for another 2 weeks.
Well, has Neto been hit tonight? Neto hasn't been hit yet. He's not showing any signs of wear and tear or soreness, so he's going to stay right where he's at. Now, if he was injured at this point, if he was bleeding profusely, Nevin would send him.
Yeah.
If he got hit in the head, he's like, all right, when are you going to run?
Yeah, he'd be running backwards, but he'd run.
2-1. Ooh, a pitch that's outside. Gets the benefit of the call right there. Let's see. That was a 4-seam fastball, 97. ESPN has it more on the corner.
Geez.
ESPN zone is way different than. Ooh, Zach. Oh!
That was awfully close.
Yeah. Right in the middle of that secondary jump, Zach Neto Castillo decides to throw back and nearly catch Neto off.
He would have gotten thrown out if he wasn't wearing an oven mitt.
Oh, that's close.
He might have actually been out.
Are they going to challenge?
No.
For the love of God, I hope not, because he might have actually been out.
They're not.
Let's burn him. Let's burn him
Come
right
on.
here.
2-2 pitch to Ward. Oh! And that misses outside. All right.
Almost the same pitch.
Almost the same pitch. And
by the way, how do you hold all that hair in? That's got to be a size 9 hat. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like a foot NFLer
Yeah.
with all the dreads coming in. That's like the old Richard Sherman days.
It is.
Easily.
He has the hat from outside of Angel Stadium. You know, the
3-2?
giant new arrow hats.
Ooh,
It's like that.
Ward surviving a little bit, fouling that high fastball back to the cage. Count 3-2, 1 out. A big hit here could really, I would say a hit here gets runners in scoring position, potentially scores runs, gets somebody warmed up in the pen for the Mariners.
Now, if you walk right here too, setting up Ohtani and Trout, this would be huge.
3-2.
Come on, man.
A pitch that would have been ball 4. Ward looking to do the Patrick O'Neill dinger.
Yep.
And again, the high fastball is killing the Angels tonight. Trout, Walsh, Ward, Wallach, everybody swinging that high fastball, and they are missing. And it's not a fastball that's too high in the zone. It's kind of like 1 or 2 baseballs above the zone, but
I'll give him
unable.
Credit. I'll give him credit a little bit. It's a rising fastball, but still, you got to know he's going to go to that pitch. There you go.
Ohtani the opposite way.
Ohtani.
It is a 3-hit performance. Neto going first to third, a good old Mike Scioscia special.
Yes.
And the Ohtani advances to second.
Yeah.
So, here we go. The question is going to be, once again, runners in scoring position and 2 outs for Mike Trout. Mr. Clutch is going to have to come up clutch here if the Angels want to give a lead. Ohtani, for the second time tonight, goes the opposite way. He had an opposite field or ground ball towards third base, beating the shift in the first, and then had the 2-run home run, and now a base hit in the left field that he'll advance to second on the base hit. We'll see if it gets charged as a double. I'm going to say it's going to go down as a single and advancement on the play, but Mike Trout, a single can give the Angels a 2-run advantage here.
We need Captain Clutch right here.
Do
dude.
not swing high fastballs.
Please come through right
Do
here.
not swing high fastballs. That is the least.
Oh,
And that wasn't a high fastball,
that's
but
right there.
and you know Trout, he's the ultra competitor. He's frustrated.
No, he's got to be.
He's frustrated.
Have you guys noticed that Ohtani is a triple shy of the cycle?
Did they give him a double on that play?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong. Not a single and an advancement. All right. So a triple shy of the cycle. We're on cycle watch here, people, for the rest of the night for one and only Shohei Ohtani.
Heads up for Apple, again, dropping the ball, not showing us if there's any movement in the Mariners bullpen as well.
Mike Trout, 1 ball, 1 strike, looking to come up clutch here. And the pitch. And he fouls that one.
Missed
He
it
was
again.
better on timing, but just a little low.
Mike Hawkins and everyone is on hands and knees, man, wanting this big hit right now. Rube is calling it too. He wants it.
What can Mike Trout do?
I would love a wild pitch right here. Anything.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Mike. Let's do it.
Come on, Mike.
Do it for bat. 1-2.
All right.
Good eye.
Good eye.
Good eye. He was swinging at that one earlier.
Ward would have been like, that's in my zone.
I think this is the point of the show right now where we can all take a collective breath in and
Yep.
out. And let's see what Mike Trout can do. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out, deuces wild in a tie game.
Come on, Han Solo.
And the pitch from Castillo.
Come on, Trout.
And an 88-mile-an-hour down in the dirt, and Trout is swung on and missed. And Castillo.
Hey, was that facing
Ohtani?
Ohtani?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Castillo, if you're not watching the Apple TV, after he gets the strikeout of Trout, he gives the Ohtani, and he looks right at Ohtani, and they're laughing with each other. But to me, is that an Ohtani laugh where it's like, oh,
No,
okay,
no.
I get you? Or is it, ha, 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 mother effer?
Yeah, I think it's ha-ha, motherfucker, because he looked pretty pissed right there.
He kind of gave like the sarcastic,
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Wow, the Mariners doing a
I'm gonna
bitch
strike
move.
you out. Oh wait, you don't hit.
When was the last time the Mariners have done something like that? Oh,
Yeah.
you're Rodney.
I'm surprised. I'm shocked that the Mariners do a bitch move because I remember
All
last
right.
year was it a wanker spanker?
The wanker spanker
So-
ejection and Rysel Iglesias with the seed throwing.
Yep, that was a terrible swing. By the way, Steve Lease keeps bringing up the feet love. Stop it.
I have an update on Houston. Houston scored to make it 9-8, but never fear because Ohio has tied it up
Oh my
in
God!
the bottom of the 14, and
Yeah.
it is now 9-9 with the runner on second base, 1 out.
Man, that game is just going and going and going.
Oh boy! I said 17 innings, so
Yeah.
it could happen. It could happen.
Damn.
But as we go to
Absolutely.
now the top of the 6th inning, will Ohtani, come back after, he's already 90-plus pitches into this outing. And, maybe that little, I got your buddy out, Mike Trout, kind of move from Luis Castillo. I wonder if that hypes up Ohtani, if he chooses to go back out, or is this going to be a situation where, bullpen time for the Angels is Teoscar Hernandez will lead things off. When we get to the top of the 6th inning, he'll be followed up by Cal Raleigh and Eugenio Suarez in the top of the 6th inning. We're all knotted up at 3. Apple TV's game of the week, but you got
Viva Ohio, as Ohio has just walked it off, and they have won 10-9 against the Houston Astros.
I like it.
All
I like
right,
it.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Hey, the Angels are getting some help today from Tampa and Ohio. They just got to take care of business now. Tied at 3, the first 5 innings, and we have a Ben Joyce sighting.
Uh-oh.
Ben Joyce into the ballgame. Ohtani's done after 5, first pitch. 100 miles an hour just above the zone. 1-0 to Teoscar Hernandez. 4 games, a 1-0 record, a 4.5 ERA, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Ben Joyce. 101 Peyton on the corner, and it's 1-1. Fans in the comments, what have you liked about Ben Joyce so far through his first 4 outings of his Major League Baseball career, picking up a win the last time out against the Cubs?
My favorite part is that he was on our podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you get the little, the Heedy podcast love. You get some good juju. 2-1, that one misses. Uh-oh.
Yeah, unless you're Rick Waltz or Sutton.
Yeah, didn't quite have it there for a moment, but a 2-1.
Then you get fired.
Yeah, a 2-1 fastball misses way outside. 3-1 now to Oscar Hernandez.
Oh, don't need that.
And a 102 mile an hour fastball misses outside, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Teoscar Hernandez. So 3 consecutive innings in a row, and they're showing right now on Apple TV Castillo doing the little fist pump towards Shohei Ohtani, and Trout is upset with himself, and Ohtani's looking
he's
back.
dead looking at him, dude.
Yeah, and Ohtani kind of laughs, nods his head.
Nah.
He's going to be the gentleman about it, per typical Shohei Ohtani fashion, as Cal Raleigh will take that one out, hitting the outside corner 0-1.
Now, see, if something happens in the next inning, if Castillo is out there and they go yard on him, I don't care if you're the bat boy that goes yard. You better do that fist pump towards the Mariner bullpen or the Mariner dugout, because that was bullshit in my mind. I don't like that. I do not like that. It's not like it's 3-0 Mariners. It's 3-3, motherfucker. You got to strike out. You just gave up a double, and you're going to taunt the guy that just got the double off of you.
Yeah, interesting scenario. Ben Joyce,
Oh, jeez.
that one's in the dirt, 1-2, and Ben Joyce's second appearance at the Big A this season
Not looking
is
good.
having some command issues. And quickly, Matt Wise is out there to have a conversation. This is not the time to have the situation where we're tied at 3, 6th inning. You already walked the first batter, and Ben Joyce is going to have to figure it out somehow, some way. We've loved what he's brought to the table thus far, especially with the combination of Davinsky, Estevez. You can't do this right now. Settle down, get the young guy in. Something's going on here. They're having a
The trainer is coming out to check on Ben Joyce.
I will say this.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to say this. I didn't say this a couple pitches ago, but the 2-1 pitch that was way outside and missed, I saw Joyce kind of squeeze the hand. So hopefully it's okay, but, he wouldn't have pitched the last 3 pitches if it was something with the elbow. I'm trying to do a little lip reading here, but Ben Joyce, this is, when you throw 102 consistently, this is something to be worried about here.
But he had the Tommy John, so I wasn't worried about this potentially being a problem. Maybe it's a blister, hopefully.
I'm trying to read some lips, and he's pointing as if the ball got away from him or something. I don't know if it's forearm.
Looks like he's pointing right about here, the forearm area.
Yeah, we're talking about this area right here. Forearm, wrist
Oh, he's
dish.
coming out.
And Ben Joyce is coming out of the
Damn
ball
it.
game.
Oh, no.
Not
All
the,
right.
not the way you wanted to go. So when a pitcher gets injured, a new pitcher will come in. They'll have as much time as they needed. No one was warmed up in the pen. My guess, I'm trying to look
Cooked.
Yeah, his hand doesn't look like it's in pain. I have a feeling maybe he pulled something, maybe a little forearm muscle, a little wrist. But a situation right now for Angel fans that are enthusiastic about Ben Joyce. 8 pitches into this outing, he walked Teoscar Hernandez, fell behind Cal Raleigh by the count of 2-1, and he will exit the ballgame with an apparent injury on the right arm. So prayers up for Ben Joyce. Hopefully all is well. We were talking good things about Ben Joyce. He was coming up. We didn't expect to see him this early in the year. He's flourished through his first 4 appearances tonight, coming out of the ballgame with a potential injury here to the right pitching hand forearm area. It looked like they were pointing here-ish area on the right side. But Nevin will have to give the injury hook. We don't know who's coming in yet, but whoever it is, they'll have a plethora of time to get ready.
Well, I'm pretty sure Nevin will get a difficult question asked after the game, like, did the sundae win, or did the ice cream scoop win, or did the popsicle win?
Did McDonald's ice cream machine work today?
Exactly. But my feeling is, if he had some sort of arm issue, like as far as
Jacob Webb is coming in, folks.
Oh, Jacob Webb.
Jacob Webb coming in, so another young gun that has come up for the Angels and done some work for the Halos. Coming in, taking as much time as he needs to warm up. But yeah, Todd, finish your thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that's never a good thing to see, but it's not one of those things where he's thriving in pain. It just looks like it's some discomfort, and it could be, again, what's her name's been on the show. I don't know why it's blanking right now. Courtney, and I've had an injury too with ligaments, and anytime you stretch the wrong way, you get a little PTSD. I'm hoping it's PTSD from his Tommy John from a couple years ago, and it's just like, hey, I got a little discomfort. I'm not used to this. I haven't had any recently, and maybe that just scared him a bit because it didn't look like anything that the guys were freaking out about, or he even was freaking out.
No, his arm wasn't dangling like a Tommy John, or if he wasn't screaming in pain. But I did notice, I didn't say it, but after that pitch, that the 2-1 pitch fastball that went way away to Teoscar Hernandez, you saw Ben Joyce kind of like, if he had a stress ball in his hand, he kind of went like,
yeah, kind of gripped it,
like, ooh, almost like when you're popping an elbow a little bit.
Yeah. Jacob
Webb into the game, 7 games, no record, a 3.38 ERA in 8 innings, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, opponents batting just 172. And there was the last pitch as they're showing on Apple TV, and there's the grimace once again.
Yep.
From Joyce. So
there's the grip of the hand right there.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a little forearm tightness.
Could be.
Which wouldn't, my guess, if it is a forearm tightness, he's a young guy, probably a stint on the IL.
Probably like a 10-day or something, or 2 weeks. Yeah. But the thing was, lost in all that was Wallach saving the base runner, because that was a hell of a 102 mile per hour to catch that on a 1 hop at home plate. That's pretty good. In the comments real quick, people were like, Steve Elise and XNC were like, well, if Loop comes in, we're screwed. But thankfully no Loop. So
Cal Raleigh.
That's another thing I wanted for Christmas, for Loop to not come in.
Cal Raleigh is still the batter, 2 balls and 1 strike. It is Christmas in June at the Big A. Game 1 of a 3-game set between the Angels and the Mariners. First time these two teams have met since opening week.
Yep, and CPR is saying that it looks like his pinky, it looks like it could be like an elbow nerve or pinch, or was asleep or something. So, yeah. So he's kind of agreeing with you there.
Yeah, working your way back a little bit. So Webb will have to come into this contest in the middle of an at-bat, 1 on, nobody out, in a tie game in the top of the 6th. And the 2-1 pitch to Raleigh is on the outside corner, fouled back, and the count evens up 2-2. So it is Webb's game now. Webb is going to have to figure this thing out. Ohtani tonight goes 5 innings of work, and as I take the computer mouse away from Todd a little bit, just pretending like it's my studio here. Ohtani, 5 innings tonight, 3 runs on 3 hits, 5 walks, 6 punch-outs. As that one misses high, count runs full, 3-2, 97 pitches, 53 strikes, and the ERA for Ohtani goes to 3.32.
Correct. So he's not responsible for it. So it'll be another no decision for him. I believe that's his 5th of the season.
So let's see. Don't want to add any more base runners to the base path here. A ground ball double play would be Webb's best friend right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes in the pitch, and it's skied.
Good pitch.
And Neto's going to go back. Mike Trout comes calling in. Please, someone call the ball, and it's going to be Neto. And the youngster will take it away from the veteran Trout for out number 1. A nice little catch in the outfield grass.
Look, I'm looking in my crystal ball right now. 5 years from now, he is your team captain.
Zach Neto?
Neto is your team captain.
Oh, yeah.
I love his moxie. Dude, he's got it. He's got it all. And like I'm telling you guys, his batting average will come alive. He won't be batting 9 for his entire career. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I could see him 9 to lead off, and then once he figures out the average and the power numbers, he could be that 2-3 guy.
Yep.
Maybe even 5.
Yeah.
Mike Trout's still going to be around for a little while. They're never going to move him out of the 2, 3, or 4 hole. It is what it is. Eugenio Suarez up 0 for 2 on the day, strikeout, lined into a double play. 1 ball, no strike. In the top of the 6th here on the Halos in the Infield Catella Chronicles live stream broadcast on a Friday night, 6-9, June 9th here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Missing, check swing, no 2-0.
Grillmaster's favorite numbers, of course. He likes to remind us all the time.
We did not plan that this way. It was just a Friday game that Apple TV decided to choose, so we're just rolling with the changes here, folks.
Yep.
The wave has begun at the Big A, the 2-0 pitch, and that's a breaking ball missing down and away, 3-0 on deck, and it is going to be Mike Ford on deck.
Once again, Angel fans getting it wrong, starting the wave when the opponent is up. It's supposed to be the other way around, but good job, fans.
Yeah.
I think actually it's supposed to be when the away team is.
No,
I think it's
I've always
the
been taught
unwritten
the other way.
rules. Really, I always thought the unwritten rule was not when the home team was hitting.
No, I've always heard that you want to distract the visiting pitcher and the team by doing the wave when they're pitching instead of, give the batter more of an advantage. That's why I think it goes, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
3 balls, 1 strike after Suarez fouled the 3-0 back. 3-1, grounds out 1 to third, right to Rendon. Tony Hotbags making the grab. Now that's some good defensive work at the hot corner. Tony Hotbags, is that gonna get trending now? I don't think so. I don't think that one's worthy.
Sure hope not. For the love
The
of
floating
God.
hot bags are rolling at Angel Stadium, but just
I got one for you. How about Tony Teabag?
Ooh.
He used a lot of sack to catch that one.
Mike Ford, pardon me, coming up now with 2 outs and a runner at first. So Webb looking to strand the leadoff walk. He came in for Ben Joyce. If you're just joining us right now, Ben Joyce started the 6th inning after Ohtani went 5, but came out after 8 pitches, with an apparent right arm injury. But Webb got back-to-back outs. Can he get Mike Ford to end the frame? Down low, 2-0.
Steve Lee's taking a shot, saying I was the one that started the chant during the when the Angels weren't up to bat. That is right. That is right, dude.
Mike Ford 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs today. Can he be the first Mariners batter with the hat trick? 2-0. And he half-heartedly check swings that one on the left side. Anthony Rendon in fair territory with 2 hands, which I love. Makes the grab, and Mr. Webb gets out of the frame, helps out Ben Joyce. It'll be Rendon, Rengifo, and Walsh coming on up in the bottom of the 6th. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 errors for the Mariners. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for your Halos. As it's getting down to crunch time, second half, or 2/3 of the way through nearly.
This is what we call the clutch part of the game right here. I mean, we got a tie ball game, like you said. Not too many hits. Runs are at a premium. So if we get some guys on, for the love of God, please bunt. But right now, I'm enjoying this right now. A great game to be calling. And Fernando, what are your thoughts, man, in this tight ball game? Is it what you expected?
Yeah, I mean, I predicted on the podcast that it was going to be a pitcher's duel, and so far I'm right. But, I mean, we'll see. You got to compete against these teams. And, yes, we're better in theory than Seattle is. But so far, we haven't seen anything wrong with the boys. They're in the game. What more can you want?
Yeah, I'm going to keep a tune right now on the Twitterverse to see if there's any updates on Ben Joyce. I'm probably going to assume you're not going to get anything for maybe 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah, you might not get it till later on tonight or even tomorrow morning. But a good follow would be Sam Blum. He's like the only real reporter, outside of the LA Times girl. What's her name? Hernandez?
Sarah Valenzuela.
Venezuela.
God, I'm way off.
Oh,
Hernandez.
Yeah.
And racist.
Oh, no. And canceled.
Well, that's okay. I'll just get another show. Call it something else, like those other racists. So I'll be okay.
The other 2 have a bit racist.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome on in.
All right, I'm going to step away to use the bathroom real quick, fellas.
All right, go do you. Don't follow
Oh,
in,
real
please.
quick. Todd, perhaps you could talk about the tailgate
Oh yes, tailgate. If no one is familiar with what's going on or have been under a rock for a little bit, July 1st against the first place Arizona Diamondbacks for $55 in Section 237 buys you what? It buys you unlimited tacos. It gets you drinks, and also gets you helmet nachos, but you got to bring your own beer. It also gets you already giving you a double effect of Otani.
Real quick, I run back. Just in Ben Joyce was removed from tonight's game with right hand irritation.
I'll go with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah.
He was doing a little bit before the game, hopefully. Ooh.
Get that man a girlfriend.
But no, continue as Rendon steps to the plate. Finish up about the tailgate. We want to get all that info out.
Oh, real quick. Did it hit him?
No, nearly.
Oh,
okay.
For like I said, $55 gets you the tacos, nachos. It gets you the double bobblehead Trout and Otani. It gets you Thunder Sticks for everyone that's purchased those tickets. But you have to call, not to go online. You have to call 714 tickets and say you want the Halos in the Infield special. You get all that, plus you get a free shirt, Halos in the Infield. And you can join us afterwards at Noble for some discounted drinks.
Yes, I got to do that in the morning. I gotta get those tickets, get ready to go. $55, a great deal. We're probably gonna be getting out there and supposedly
I hit him.
It did hit Anthony Rendon. The home plate umpire overrules, and Rendon didn't make much of a case to say that hit me.
The one time he's hit, and he should say something.
Yeah, but I think Seattle's questioning if he checked his swing.
Oh.
I think that's the question. And Seattle's
didn't
bench
go
coach
around.
is saying he didn't go around. Mr. Mustache with the little stash in his cheek. That one, he checked the swing. Did it hit the knob? Oh. It might have hit the knob of the bat, then hit his leg. But they're not there. Seattle is not willing to relinquish that challenge. They could have challenged the play at Zach Neto attempting to get picked off over at first. They're not going to challenge this one. It could be too close. But Rendon at first, nobody out. Luis Rengifo, who already has an RBI single, to his credit, getting ready to roll. Tie game.
Now
Swing
see,
and miss.
if Renifo goes deep right here, and let's say he comes around third and glares with a fist at him, bench is clear. I'm telling you, the bench is
If Winker was on the Mariners still, there could be some, as Taylor Swift would say, bad blood. But we're coming in clutch with some little comments tonight.
We are right now.
89 pitches on the night for Castillo, a semi-shift with Suarez the only infielder on the left side. The Angels have beaten the shift a couple of times so far tonight, especially from Otani. 1-1.
Oh.
Big rip and a miss. A nice pitch, 89 miles an hour. 1-2.
Again, this will be another opportunity if the Angels do not move the runner over, where we're going to be looking at it like, man, they should have bunted. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but how many times do we have to say that?
Let's see what they
10
got.
strikeouts for Castillo tonight.
Is it 11 or is it going to be a hit? The 1-2?
Ooh.
Good eye from Rengifo. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Anthony Rendon on a questionable play does get hit by a pitch. And if Luis Castillo was acquired from the Reds for Marte, Arroyo, and a couple other minor leaguers, so trying to make an impact on the Mariners. That was an emergency hack, fouled the opposite way. Count stays 2-2.
That was. And appreciate the breaking news. Also, Supra followed it up as well, so appreciate that.
Awesome.
Also, Vetter says, Todd, they wouldn't get me different tickets, so I'm stuck in row Z. Man, how did you get row Z?
Ooh. If he's in row Z, I'm probably going to get, parking lot bound at this point.
There you go, 3-2.
All right, working the count.
Lay off the high ones, guy. Lay off the high ones.
Do not. As on Apple TV, they're showing Logan Gilbert, righty for the Mariners, Scott Service manager, Dreadlocks Castillo on the bump. Rendon at first, 3-2 pitch. And Rengifo kind of late swing, but it's going to stay in the infield, and Suarez will make the grab. Eugenio Suarez for out number 1.
Kevin Lorenz, any relation? He said
that is my dad.
Oh, there you go. Well,
there you go.
Shout out to the pops, to Papa Lorenz.
Yeah.
He was screaming, bunt, bunt, bunt.
Of course he was. But are the Angels going to bunt?
No.
That's not how it works here with the Angels. In the Mike Scioscia era, maybe. Nobody else. Jared Walsh, can he find redemption? High fastball, misses away, 1-0.
Talk about a guy who desperately needs to make contact. By the way, let me know if you're too cold or not.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Okay, good.
1-0. I got jackets. We got the Mike Scioscia throwback jacket,
Oh, yeah,
just
I love
in
that
case if
jacket.
we need it. Jared Walsh, borderline outside corner, first strike, 1-1.
But if you wear that, you have to give signals to a catcher
Oh,
that's
I'll do
not
it.
there, and you have to pick your nose as well. That's what he was famous for.
And then analyzing it a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
All right.
That's a
I'm
big
good.
booger.
That's a big one. Oh, whoop. Computer out. We got to get going here.
Oh, did it?
It just, yeah. See, we're trying to be as professional as possible here on the stream tonight, folks. There you go. There you go. You know, now you know who's playing. It's the Angels and the Mariners,
Yeah, just in case you forgot.
or it's the Angels and my big head. You know, I told you my head would play a part in this tonight.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
All right, pitch count coming down. 1-2 pitch to Walsh. He makes contact, but it's going to be very similar to Rengifo. Foul territory. Suarez makes the grab for out number 2.
Too many times this year we get a leadoff guy on, or even 2, and we fail to advance them even 1 station. That is, if again we miss the postseason, is going to be a complete failure, and one of the major reasons why this team can't clinch or break that 8-year drought, man. Because again, these are opportunities that you got to take advantage of, like a pitcher like this. 10 strikeouts, you got to make them work.
You know, and he's 2 pitches away from 100 right now. So, as Moniak swings and misses for a strike, pitch number 99.
Can he be the hero?
Can he be the hero? A, is this the last inning for Luis Castillo?
Absolutely.
And if the Angels can get to the Mariners bullpen, that will be extremely positive at this point, tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th. Moniak fouls that one
just
back
missed
again. He's been missing all night long. He's fouling him off. And over the century mark now for Castillo, 100 pitches.
Your dad said you're going
God.
to get parking lot tickets.
Oh, God. Hey, even if I'm unable to be one of the 150 that are a part of the package, I'm still going to the game.
There you go.
You know, I'll just,
Ooh.
you know, knowing Todd and the whole crew, we'll be in the seats for a little while.
Yeah.
We'll walk around and we'll have our good time. We're going to be around the ballpark on July 1st. It's going to be a great time.
Exactly.
Last year's tailgate was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Angels beat the Mariners that night 2-1. So let's see what happens. 1-2. Moniak drives it deep.
Did he get it?
In the right center. To the wall.
Is
To
it
the
a-
track.
Oh!
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You take the lead. Hey, Mickey.
Woo! Hey, wait. Do the fist pump. Do the fist pump,
Do
fucker.
it. Do it. Santa.
Start a fight.
Come on.
Fight. Do it.
No, he might do it in the dugout with the Kabuta.
Oh, I swear to
No,
God.
oh, he's looking back.
Yeah! Fuck you, Castillo. Fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Let's
Bitch.
go.
Bitch.
Oh, my.
Fly, angels, fly on the road to
Oh, there you go.
victory.
Moniak's got the fire. He has the fire. He didn't do the thing. All he did, he was
Yeah.
boom, the chop to the bullpen. What was great about Moniak, he's a young guy. He's not gonna go flirt with "I'm better than you."
Yeah.
It was just the simple
Yep.
stare,
Yeah,
just the simple stare. And to me, I love that even better.
Oh,
even
okay.
better.
No, I'm petty. I wanted right back in
yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
So with that, after Castillo gets to the 100 pitch mark, Moniak takes him deep into right center field off the LED scoreboard, a 2-run blast. We have the lead. A 2-out rally here for the Halos, up 5-3. Wallach inside 3-1.
I have some breaking news. It just went over the wire. Phil Nevin has officially benched Moniak for tomorrow's game.
Well, Hunter Renfroe is coming back.
That's true.
So, you're not going to celebrate a new dad by saying, oh, ride the bench.
He's not going to let
That or he's going back down to Salt Lake.
Or Taylor Ward gets a day off tomorrow.
No. Ward's got to
No,
play.
Ward's going to play?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Moniak is not allowed
Ward's
to
going to play, and he's somehow going to bat leadoff and cleanup. All at the same time. We have to cater the rules to Taylor Ward.
We are literally winning despite Nevin. I swear to God.
Hey,
Yeah.
Julio Rodriguez thought he was 8 foot tall, and it hits off the A off the Konica Minolta sign. And let's
That
see.
wasn't even close.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
zoom.
yeah.
If you're watching the stream, he high fives Rendon. Oh, they're not
they
going to
didn't
show
show
the,
it.
the glare back.
He did glare on the way back.
3-2 to Wallach. Pops it up, and that looks like it'll end the frame if Raleigh makes the grab. He goes just in front of the A and makes the grab, and that will end the inning. 109 pitches for Castillo tonight, but it's the 2-run blast from Mickey Moniak that gets the Angels ahead in this contest. A fastball, Oh, boy. Oh,
Luis Castillo gripping his hands, looking up at the sky, where he's definitely asking for forgiveness for some dead relative.
hey,
Man.
what happened when Fernando Rodney did the arrow in the 8th inning? The Angels rallied with Trout and Pujols that afternoon at the Big A for a win. Every time. Now, I know the Angels didn't win the Jesse Winker double bird game. They didn't win that one. So they were 1-1 in disagreements, as we'll call it. So take 2 of 3. I'll take that.
I'll take it.
A Rally Chris special.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's got to be a shirt.
Wow, winning.
Wow, winning.
We sure are right now. But I'm telling you that I'm loving the fact that he came through right there again, because this is going to prove Nevin again stupid for allowing him to sit when again he gets hot. Play him tomorrow. But I have a feeling we're going to see him not be starting again.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see momentarily, and this could be another, we'll bring the conversation around once again. You have the 5 outfielders, Ward, Trout, Hunter Renfroe, Mickey Moniak, and Joe Adell. Mm-hmm. With Moniak thriving, Joe Adell thrived at least last night. I think it's clear right now Moniak's not going anywhere. And I'm not saying because he just gave us the lead 5-3. I think it's just a situation where he needs to be that way.
He was asked out of spring training. Fernando brought it up. He was tearing it up in spring training. He was disappointed that he didn't make the roster. Right, Fernando?
Yeah, I was really clamoring for him, but it is what it is, right? But hey, better late than never. He's coming up now and proving that he doesn't want to go back to Salt Lake, where, by the way, you can't order alcohol alone. You have to order it with food. So,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Boy, you think let's go to some breaking news. This is Castillo in the dugout.
I'm surprised none of you guys got that joke when he was like looking up, and I said, well, he must have been asking for forgiveness from some dead relative.
Oh,
No, you know what song you needed? You know that Sarah McLachlan, that Sarah McLachlan song, "In the Arms of an Angel."
Yeah. Or he needs to bust out his sad ass violin.
yeah.
All right, Webb back into the ball game after tossing a clean 6th inning, filling in for Ben Joyce after coming out with what is known to be a hand injury on his right pitching hand. So Webb back out. He'll face Caballero once again in the top of the 7th, 9-1-2 due up for the Mariners, as the Angels have a 5-3 lead in the top of the 7th. How did the Angels get their runs, you ask? Well, a 2-run home run from Ohtani, an RBI single from Luis Rengifo, and a 2-run blast, just a half inning to go, from Moniak, as Caballero flies that one into foul territory in the coaching box. Rendon once again makes a nice defensive play. 1 up and 1 down.
Shout out to Nancy. She's a big-time Angels fan. She's loving it, watching us or watching the TV and listening to us.
I'll have you plug
right
that
now,
in, if possible.
Yeah, I got you. Plenty of plugs, man.
See, the ToddFox Studios gives you everything that you need. Charging cables,
Yep.
keeping us all alive here. As we're only in the top of the 7th, I don't even know what time it is in real life anymore. 8:42 on a Friday, so just a little over 2 hours into this contest.
This game's a little bit slower than a normal one.
Yeah, normally you're seeing about 2:20 to 2:30 in the 7th inning.
But this does feel like a playoff game. And real quick on Webb, dude, I've been impressed. How about you guys? Because this guy's kept the pitches down. He's only made really 1 mistake since he's been called up.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed him. Fernando, I'll let you go and speak about Webb here for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say absolutely. I mean, he hasn't really done much with his career since, his Arizona days, I believe, was the last time he was a real effective pitcher. But he's stepped up, just like Chris Novinsky. 2 guys that were on minor league deals who really weren't expected to do too much besides be depth pieces. And when we were here starting to talk about those guys having to come up and be effective members of this bullpen because of injuries to Quijada and Matt Moore, we didn't really have too many expectations. I think a lot of us were starting to hit the panic button. And honestly, the Angels bullpen right now at this current exact second doesn't look horrible with the exception of Aaron Loop.
Yeah, Jacob Webb, 6'2", 210-pounder, 29 years old. It was not Arizona. It was actually Atlanta.
My apologies.
In
Yes.
in 2019, he was 4-0 with a 1.39 ERA in 36 appearances. Then the 2020 COVID erased season. 2021, much different complexion. 34 appearances, but he was 5-4 with a 4.19 ERA. And then this year, no record in 8 appearances with a 3 ERA. So getting better as that one's popped up. Neto makes the grab. And that is 2 up and 2 down in the top of the 7th as we get nearly ready for the 7th inning stretch. And I think we might have to do a little stretch after this.
We might have to.
You know?
But the one thing I'll mention real quick about the web right there is the Atlanta connection. Once again, Perry going to that well to get some players that he knows and is aware of.
Yeah, and that's why I still give good credit to Perry Manassian as, GM for the Angels. Some things have not panned out his way, and I know injuries have been a huge part of that. And that's strike one. Oh, and one.
Good.
Wow, you thought, hey, Rodriguez.
I'm trying to end the inning.
Rodriguez is, the Mariners do not have a player that has struck out 3 times tonight. So is Rodriguez going to be the first hat trick of the night? Grounds that one foul, and he's 1 strike away.
Yes, and I got a one ready for him if he does, because I really want this guy.
Oh, gosh. Impressive. Here we go. Rodriguez calls times. Home plate umpire. But a great crowd. They're panning around the stadium at the Big A. A good crowd tonight in Anaheim.
It's hard to believe that stadium is so damn old. Second oldest in the American League.
Well, it's hard to believe it's that damn old until you go to the bathrooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you look up. Just look up when you're in there. Yeah, you'll see the age, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my season tickets were in section 238, and at least you don't have to look up at anything there.
Yeah.
So
1-2.
Oh.
Ooh. That one.
Angel Stadium is much like a woman that puts on a lot of makeup. Hides the real age.
Lipstick on a pig?
Yeah, but if the heat comes around, she has to wipe the makeup off. You definitely see the wrinkles.
Let's see. Can it be a hat trick for Rodriguez tonight in strikeouts? 2-2?
Nope, not yet. Come on. Finish him off.
Come on.
like a woman with wrinkles in Texas who smokes a lot.
Come on, be a shark now. Don't nibble. Attack.
Leatherface.
Let's go.
Oh no!
3-2 from Webb.
Oh.
Inside and tight. So after getting ahead 0-2, 4 consecutive balls. And it will be
And
one
balls and
balls.
and John Stamos.
Yeah, I think Roger's coming into the studio. Rod, can you please stay out?
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
You can't keep that guy out. You just can't.
I thought we had locked the door before we started.
Like the infectious measles. You can't keep that man out.
At Disneyland.
Here we go.
Ooh.
First pitch to Ty France, high and away, 1-0. Angels have padded with a little insurance here. More than 2/3 of the way through here tonight. Apple TV's game of the week. 5-3 lead over the Mariners. Webb's pitch, ground ball, foul. But the difference in this game right now, Angels and Mariners exchanged 2-run home runs early in this contest. Kellenic.
Don't bend down to get it, Rendon. You're going to hurt yourself.
Wait, it's the 7th inning. He's still playing? That's
Rendon's still playing. Then Otani had a 2-run blast. Rengifo RBI single. France had an RBI single. Moniak with the 2-run homer is the difference in the game from the bottom of the 6th. 1-1. Sails a fastball high and away at 95. 2-1. Got to get that coveted third out right here in the top of the 7th if you're Jacob Webb.
Let me get somebody warming up in the bullpen just in case, please.
Yes, yes.
It's a good time.
Better said they showed Terry Smith's smile, and he said grills.
Yeah, 2-1. Ground ball.
There it is.
Left side Neto with the backhand. Throw over Francis
Look
in
at
the
that throw.
fleetest of foot. And the Walsh split is in time. A 6-3 ground out. I'm not leaving Todd hanging. I was just admiring Neto and Walsh doing their thing defensively. Walsh, a crappy night at the plate, but defensively has worked out after an early misplay over at first base. But they're able to get out of the threat. They hold the 2-run lead as we're going to get up. We're going to move. We're going to stretch here.
The Mariners get a whole bunch of...
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So there you go. But Feet and Roger Lodge's vetter is saying no. Did I hear a Terry Smith reference? Infinite One.
Toes, and nail polish.
You know how they say Fernando? He's got a face for radio. He's got a
that's
grill
messed
for
up.
radio.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness
so are we
gracious.
doing the wave, or?
Yeah, we're doing something here. Thanks for tuning
Wait
up.
up, hold on.
Wait.
I gotta get us something to drink.
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the crowd. Sing it at home, everybody in the
Buy me
chat.
some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. So let's root for the Angels. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's one, two, three strikes, you're out
at the old ball game.
Let's get some runs.
Let's go. Why don't you build me up?
Oh God.
Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around.
Well, I think we have that song, don't we?
I don't know.
I have to look that up.
Oh, no, we should have put a poll at the beginning to see what was the 7th inning song going to be.
Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down, mess me around, and the worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, we're back. That was enough. We don't need to hear the actual word buttercup. We don't need to do that tonight.
No, we're
But
holding a lead.
we're holding a lead. Everything is going well so far. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Angels with a 5-3 lead. Due up, Chad Wallach, Zach Neto. Oh, pardon me, not Chad Wallach. He ended the last frame. It's going to be Neto, Ward, and Ohtani, 9-1-2, and there is a new pitcher into the ballgame for the Seattle Mariners. It'll be number 47, Matt Brash. 30 games already this year, a 3-3 record with a 4.88 ERA. Batters hitting .290 against the right-hander. So Brash in for the Mariners. Castillo's night is done after giving the Moniak 2-run home run and getting a decent stare back at the end of the day. So Neto, 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Angels looking to somehow, some way survive this ball game, and that one's grounded down the third base line, but foul.
Why did I not bring my keys? I have a bottle opener on it.
Oh, I don't have mine.
Ugh.
Dude, just American Pie and you just open it between your legs.
Here we go.
Hold on, I gotta try something because we gotta get these beers open.
Yeah, here we go.
Use your teeth. Use your church in Texas style. Use your church tooth.
Nah, because then I'll look like Terry Smith after a while. Better said, go get some Capri Suns.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Come on, damn it.
I think this is like the baseball god's way of saying don't celebrate until the game's over.
Yeah, I know.
I feel this is like one of those situations. Neto 2-1. And that
Yeah,
one
it's
misses
kind of like
3-1.
getting. It's kind of like giving out thunder sticks in the middle of May during a losing streak.
Screw you.
We are not trying to do that here, folks.
We only lost that game 10-1. Okay.
Yeah. It's just something.
When you did give out.
Ah, got it.
He got it.
I got one.
As Neto, I think, fouled
not
that one
get
off or he missed it. Count runs full 3-2.
After I just made a mess of myself.
I'll wait till the commercial break. I'll wait, because then I'll step away and then I'll just it'll go everywhere. High leg.
See me. Let me work on yours. That's what she said. God.
Zach Neto that was an extreme high leg kick on that pitch.
Oh yeah.
He has the big high leg kick, but you see him really elevate that. Every once in a while, he'll really just coil up and get ready. 3-2.
This man's blowing on his fingers like he's at a bowling alley. Those people who like actually use the air.
3-2 opposite way foul ball.
You know, a strength of the Mariners this year has not been a strength, and that's their bullpen. So.
Well, This is an opportunity to get some even more insurance runs for the Angels.
There's never enough with this bullpen.
Hey, the Angels bullpen hasn't been that bad. We're surviving. Slowly but surely.
Like everyone says, as long as Loop doesn't come out there.
3-2 pitch. Neto, a nice take, back-to-back walks in his at-bat so far tonight. So Neto continues to be a good table setter at the bottom of the order. Flip it back to the top of the order, and Taylor Ward looking to figure it out. Thank you.
Like I said, if you don't necessarily in the box score, if you're over 3 but you have 2 walks, you're productive.
Yeah, that's why I always get a little angry a little bit when people are saying Trout's not doing this, Trout's not doing that. It's like, but look at the on-base percentage.
Yeah.
He gets on base, and I know tonight he hasn't done that, but 1 for 3 with 2 walks, I'll take any day of the week.
Exactly.
You got to channel your inner Moneyball, Dominic. But does he get on base?
We did last night on the podcast.
We absolutely did. Check that out, by the way. Do you guys think that if the term Batman wasn't patented, they would have put, instead of BB for the Batboy, they'd put Batman? Because that guy literally has a mustache.
I remember when they used to have like little kids do it. Now it's like adult men. It's like, oh,
yeah, that
okay.
guy looks like he plays Sunday League with Pete Soto.
Alex is like, "Ill Modelo." It's like, bro, that's all I had in my. I had other beer, but everyone.
What? You don't have Noble in your fridge? You imposter?
Well, that means we're just gonna have to go to
drank it
Noble.
all.
We're gonna go to Noble tomorrow and
Yes.
pick up some more.
I'm gonna give me some cinnamon toast crunch beer, and yes,
How was that?
It's very good.
I'm interested in trying that tomorrow.
You're going tomorrow, right, Dominic?
Yes, of course I'll be there. What time are we getting there at? Like around 4 or 5?
4 or 5, yeah.
4:05.
Most likely 5.
Most likely 5 o'clock. The game is at 7:07. It is the first ever live at Noble Aleworks pre and post game show.
Yes.
This is going to be fun. No play-by-play tomorrow because we're going to be with the fans at Noble Aleworks enjoying the game. And Zach Neto, a head-first steal at second. And before that pitch was halfway to home, he was already sliding head first. Is that 5? I believe 5 stolen bases now on the season for Zach Neto. He's got more than Trout. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness. He was halfway to second, and the pitcher never looked. And what? Ty France for the Mariners, he's not even signaling like, hey. He's just like, screw it. I can't do anything about it.
Wow.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, 5th.
He's like, I'm getting tired just watching him run.
Yeah. I have my good friend Kaylin Thurman. She's checked into maybe not the YouTube chat, but my personal, messenger. She said she needs info on that Texas dude. Fernando, talk to me about what is Buc-ee's if the West Coasters are not familiar with Buc-ee's in Texas.
Buc-ee's is obnoxiously Texas. They hold multiple records for some of the world's largest gas stations. They have fresh brisket. They have turkey club sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, you name it, man. If it's a snack that exists, Buc-ee's probably has it. It's one of my favorite parts about Texas. I'll say that.
Buc-ee's is not a sponsor here, but just a little food for thought for all you Californians or West Coasters that aren't familiar with Buc-ee's. But while we were talking about Buc-ee's, Taylor Ward strikes out swinging. Unfortunately, that's been the trend tonight. So Neto at second, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. We are on cycle watch. Yes. Ohtani, single, homer, double. He's a triple away from the cycle. Can he do it? He did it once back in Tampa Bay. Can he do it again? He came close last week.
He's flirted.
And the start before that.
He's flirted 3 times with it this year already.
So the offense is...
all when he's pitching, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that state-of-the-art graphic by Apple TV. Wonderful state-of-the-art graphic.
Yeah. Can Ohtani do it, folks? Ooh.
Just missed it.
The only way... I don't know how the defense is lined up here for the Mariners, but... Oh, here... Oh! You know,
yeah,
you ask and you shall receive.
You called it.
Center fielder isn't. I think the only way he's going to get a triple if it's over Ty France's head at first and it caresses down the right field wall.
Or if he hits it to the left
or down
center.
the third baseline.
Maybe, but the left fielder is shading towards the.
None of those guys got good arms though.
Well, he keeps himself alive by just fouling that one off. 0-2 in the botm of the 7th. Still
all I know is any even normal single you have to pull a Wayne Randazzo and just sell out for the moment in case. History! Yeah, it's a grind out of shortstop.
It would be history tonight. No starting pitcher has ever hit for the cycle in a game, and that includes Babe Ruth. So, Ohtani could...
The hot dog womanizer.
Plumber. 0-2 pitch down in the dirt.
Who used to eat cigarettes in the clubhouse?
By the way, I'm not using my teeth to open up the beer. It was a hammer.
Big 20?
You're getting some
He's
love.
down there?
Shut up. You're getting some love from Jason out there, Texas, Fernando.
Oh, good.
I'm not in Texas today, Jason.
But he knows you from Texas.
Chicago. Yeah. 1-2 to Ohtani.
Is Neto going?
Oh, grounds it over to first. France picks up. If Ohtani gets on the
triple.
bang, bang play at first, but Brash gets over there in time. It moves Netter to third. So another 2-out opportunity for Mike Trout to drive in a run. Maybe the third time's the charm tonight for Mr. Mike Trout.
Yes.
If not, his son Bat is going to have some words of wisdom for him when he gets home and tucks him in for bed if he's not already in bed already.
Stephen Biago says, Buc-ee's in Katy, Texas holds the record for the world's largest car wash. By the way, I was in Katy, Texas once. It's a nice town. Nice small town.
Is it? Is it interesting?
A lot of history.
Well, did you see Katy, Texas has that baseball top golf type thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's something I would be down to go to.
I think you would.
Absolutely. I would have we all would have a rip-roaring great time. I'm not going to.
Todd, you're planning on coming in, was it August?
I'm coming in August, yes.
Ooh.
Okay, Dominic, you got to come.
We'll see. You never know what can happen. What is that, Angels Texas series? Or
yes.
Okay. Because they only go to Texas twice this year.
Correct.
And I think only Houston won, so we checked off Houston off the bucket list.
Okay.
The House of Horrors.
The House of Pain.
House of Horrors, House of Pain, whatever it is. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mike Trout. Runner at third is Neto. 2 outs. And a big rip and a miss. Now, Trout, I haven't said this stat all night, but Trout in his career against the Mariners, 325 average, 54 home runs, 134 RBIs, and 37 doubles.
Well, like a blind man, Trout's got to find that fastball.
Like a blind man at an orgy, I was going to have to feel things out.
And Trout is going to look at strike 3 on the outside corner. This is not his night.
Fantastic.
He has that face like this.
I don't know. I mean, if it wasn't, Trout might be in the running here for the Nacho Night Award.
I was just thinking that.
No. Nacho's going to Castillo right now.
Well, he's
maybe a dual winner.
Could be. It could be the first time that we actually pick a Nacho winner from both teams.
No,
we've never done that before, or done a Stamos like that. So that could be a new one because we did the umpire not too long ago. We did a non-play.
Yeah.
But we might just have to do Trout and Castillo because he's been miserable tonight, dude. He is not even close on the fastball.
Has the Rally Monkey ever won the Stamos?
No.
No. Let's see what we got here. Trout punching out again. So, 8th inning. Who's coming in to pitch next? Because I think Webb's done after 2 innings of work. You're probably gearing up for Estevez in the 9th.
Yeah.
Should the score stay 5-3?
Nobody wants to put Davinsky in, but Soriano pitched last night as well. So,
if the 4-letter word that starts with an L.
Oh God, please no, no.
I'm trying to think who else is in the bullpen right now for the Angels. Joyce is gone.
Mm-hmm. Because I think if we saw Loop in there right now, because we'd be hearing this.
Hell have no fans.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Well, Kelnick is up next. He's a lefty. Do we go lefty?
Sam Bachman is coming in.
Good.
No way. You're kidding.
Thank God it's not Looper. I would have said.
You're kidding. Sam Bachman's going to get a big nothing against Bachman. I'm just saying they're going to give him a nice pressurized situation.
You would have said what, Fernando? I can't hear it.
Nope, can't hear it. Sorry.
I'm so fucking scared right now. You shut up.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Oh, just by not having Loop in there, I think we're all winning.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Here we go. Let's get into some of the comments here before we get back for the top of the 8th inning. Rally Chris, if Angels win, we will be 1.5 games out of the wild card before those behind those Astros. Mm-hmm. After the Astros got beat in Cleveland in 14 innings tonight, Ohio. Sam Bachman, 4 games, a 1.29 ERA in 7 total innings, 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. First batter is Kelenic, and that one misses inside 1-0, top of the 8th inning, underway with a 5-3 Angels lead.
I do like.
I have one of the best tweets ever right here, guys.
Let's hear it.
From @TheAngelsBlow. I'd pay money to watch Walsh versus Trout in a hit a fastball contest.
Ooh.
Oh. Isn't that called batting practice? Isn't that batting practice, folks?
Something that Madden frowned on.
Yeah. 2-0 pitch. Bachman
needs this good pitch.
No!
That's a strike!
Oh, no. That's right on the upper. I'm not going to lie. Wallach could have done a better job of framing it, but that's still right in the zone.
Yeah, it was right there.
And as they miss a strike, I can see they're talking about Rocky Balboa. And this is why we are doing the live stream, folks.
Exactly.
Nothing against Wayne Randazzo. He has to work with what he's given with Apple TV and, Dontrell Willis and Heidi Watney and the entire group.
At least it's not Hunter Pence this time.
Oh, I was just going to say.
Oh, the other girl, Katie Nolan. Oh, my God. I upchucked not only in my mouth, but in my pants.
I don't. What? Oh, no.
It was bad.
Dude, literally with nothing, no outlet, like I didn't have a radio around and I didn't have the app at the time last year, but when those three were in the booth, I just muted the TV. I watched it silent. I was like, man, because there's no reason to listen to them. They were shit.
No, not at all.
Silent film.
Here we go. 3-2 pitch to Kellenic, and that one's going to miss again.
Wasted.
That is now, as I look at the scorecard that I've created for myself, leading off the inning. Walk in, it was a 1-out or 2-out walk in the 7th, but still, walks in nearly every inning tonight except for the 2nd and the 3rd for Angels pitching tonight. And that is between Ohtani, Joyce, and Webb, and now Bachman. Looking over at the box score so far, Ohtani 5 innings, he'll get a no decision tonight, 3 runs on 3 hits, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. Joyce only faced 2 batters, 8 pitches before he came out with a right hand injury. Webb, 2 terrific innings, potentially a Stamos for coming in clutch with 1 walk, no strikeouts. And then Bachman right now looking to keep the Angels' 2-run lead intact. There's a runner on, nobody out, top of the 8th inning. He's 7 pitches into his night, and the batter is Teoscar Hernandez. Looking in the Angel offensive box score, Ohtani 3 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs. And Moniak with the big clutch, 2-run dinger, 1 for 3 on the night.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to give out the Stamos tonight if the score holds up. So that's what we're hoping right now. Bachman's got to find the zone big time.
Well, this is where I was a little shocked because he did pitch 2 innings. Was it the night before against the Cubs? So he has had 1 day off. Let's see.
Oh, he got
that bounces back. That's a makeup call.
Yeah.
That one misses way down low. I'll fix the ESPN thing for you guys, the game day app here. I was a little bit behind. There you go. 2-1 pitch coming up. Bachman. That's the one thing I've said on the podcast, Todd. I've said it to you, Fernando, the same, even in our private chats. Another gifted call. Good pitch. It was low, but we'll take it. The one positive I'll give Phil Nevin. Trial by fire.
Yeah.
Neto. Bachman.
Look at
Aaron Loop is warming
Sit
up
down!
in the bullpen.
Sit down!
Oh, God. Bachman, double play. 2-2 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. 3, 2. Fly ball center field. Trout going back to the wall, to the track. He brings it down right in front of the warning track. Just missing the tie game was Teoscar Hernandez. He has burned the Angels before, but Mike Trout making a nice routine, what he should be doing in center field. Out number 1. So a sigh of relief right there is,
Richard Thurman saying, "What's up, Dominique? Great work. That's good right there."
What's up?
No loop.
What's up, Mr. Thurman? How's it going? Good to hear from you.
Sports News got it wrong. He says, "Gotta love them Indians helping us out." No, sir. It's the Ohio shitfucks. They helped us out. Also, right now, channeling my inner Matty V, the call would have sounded like this on that fly ball. And it's gone! And caught by Trout 10 feet from the wall.
That call in Texas last year with the Jared Walsh home run. I was at the Padres Braves game when that happened. I remember Twitter was going ablaze, and I'm like, "What happened?" And then it was the remote game. And
I was at the game.
That's right. You were at the game, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah, because Twitter was going crazy, and I'm like, "What? That was a home run." They're like, "No, he caught it in a foul ball."
Oh my goodness! Pitch to Cal Raleigh, misses inside. 2-1.
That was a good pitch.
Bachman he's nibbling at the zone a little bit, needing a little bit better here. As Ohtani's in the dugout, getting his giant sunflower seeds and sitting relaxing after a tough first inning, was able to bounce back tonight. As Raleigh grounds that one softly to Bachman. Only play us to first.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. That looked like a little short chip Geno Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo pass right there. Not to bring up football here, but, for those that do not know or, forget, Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
San Francisco 49ers. So there is an internal rivalry when it comes to the NFL, but we still have...
Right now we're friends.
Right now we're friends, and we still have love for each other.
Yes.
So, but December will be a very tough month.
It will be.
Niners and Seahawks play each other twice in a 3-week span.
Thanksgiving Day as well.
Yeah, so I give thanks.
His fiance is
Suarez,
also a Niners fan.
backhand,
So.
and he's going to go to third. Run down with the tag. Zach Neto. Oh, me, oh
man.
my.
You want to know why he's going to be a leader?
Wow.
Plays like that.
So if you don't, or if you're not looking at the game, if you don't have Apple TV, a ground ball into the 5.5 hole, Neto with the backhanded stop. He could have went across the diamond, but Suarez can run a little bit. Instead, Kalanick was running on the play. He goes to third, which creates that pickle situation, and Rendon is able to tag him out right on the chest. Bachman gets out of the jam, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Angels are 3 defensive outs away from picking up a dub, making it 5 in a row. Let's hold our horses a little bit. The Angels coming up to bat here, leading off with Anthony Rendon in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, thank God, man, because Aaron Loop was warming up and I was shaking in my boots.
Okay, this brings a question. 2-run lead.
Don't you speak it into existence.
Estevez was used twice out of the 3 games against the Cubs. Looking at the batting order for the Mariners, if it stays the way it is, you have a lefty in Ford, a righty in Caballero, and a lefty in Crawford.
Oh, Loop's coming in. He's coming in.
And Estevez, 16 for 16 in save opportunities. He's 3 away from besting the Angels franchise mark of
That's
19.
philosophy. That's philosophy. Is like, wait a minute, we got a guy who's on a roll. He's just knocking him dead. Let's bring in Aaron Loop, crafty veteran.
Mickey Moniak's having a good game. We're gonna bench. We're gonna put Luis Rengifo out there in the outfield.
Oh God!
Philosophy.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
CPR's checking into Neto as a future captain. Doy says Trout's getting the night off tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he looks miserable.
I'd have to look at his game card. When was the last time Trout got an off day? I think it might have been that day game in St. Louis.
It was one of those games where we're like, how come they're not putting him out there for a sweep?
Oh, no, it was no. I remember he did have the day game against St. Louis off, but I remember it was the first game of a homestand was against Minnesota.
Yeah,
the Minnesota. So it's been almost 3 weeks. Maybe we all need a mental health day some days. You know, Trout, after ugly swings tonight, it might be best. Or does Ohtani get the off day after pitching and laboring tonight? You're not going to sit both of them in the same game. Ew. But with Wu pitching tomorrow for the Mariners, who has an 27 ERA, Fernando can speak about that, seeing him against the Rangers' high offensive team.
I don't think Ohtani says no to or knows about an off day. By the way, Richard Thurman, what's wrong with your boy here? He has a Largent jersey and a Dwight Clark jersey.
Yeah, I meant to warn you. That's my best friend Kalen's dad. He is also a 49ers fan. Okay. Die hard. So
at least he has respect for Largent.
Yeah.
Because before Rice came along, that was the greatest receiver.
Yeah. So, Richard Thurman, he knows his football.
Okay.
And he knows his March Madness. Props. I will give him that. Good sports.
Major props.
New pitcher into the ball game for the Mariners in the bottom of the 8th, a lefty in last name Spire. Gabe Spire, 27 games, a 1-1 record, a 2.53 ERA. Opponents batting .227 with Rendon playing in the 8th inning.
That's
not getting
crazy.
pinch hit for.
The best play of that play by Neto is that Rendon didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. He didn't, full charge and have a bull rush coming at him. 1-1 pitch from Spire, as that one is hit deep and a right but foul. Now, I wonder, Spire, Angels had a Spire back in the day.
Oh, was it Justin Spire?
I wonder if there is a...
Relation?
If
so, Spire had this kid really young.
Yeah, well, I'm just... you don't hear the last name Spire that often. I'm just putting it out there. Let me take a look here and see through the statistical MLB.com portal if he has a father. Cousin of Justin Spire.
Oh.
He's a cousin.
Well, he definitely has a father, I can tell you that much.
Pardon me. But former Angel Justin Spire is his cousin. So see, name recognition helps out in this case scenario.
Okay, there you go.
You don't sound very confident in me, Fernando.
Oh, I just said there you go.
That Chicago ego's coming into him a little bit.
It's 11:13 and I'm running out for 3 hours of sleep, okay?
Oh. He's trying to stay up for this one.
Rockabye Fernando on the treetop. Rendon, 2-2 pitch from Spire in a 2-run lead. And that
I've always
is
hated his
down
batting
low.
stance.
Yeah, my dad always makes fun of it. How can you swing a bat like that when you look so awkward?
I had a teammate in Little League when we were 12. He had the Sean Figgin stance with the bat on the back right shoulder, but no knee bend. Down the third base line, Suarez
Out by
backhand
mile.
across, and Rendon makes it 90% of the line, then slows up for out number 1. But he looks healthy. He looks good. Still chugging along back to the home plate dugout as the 5-hole hitter tonight, Luis Rengifo, steps to the plate.
And he twists his ankle.
Sterling says Spire is, or his father is a coach for the Astros. Did not know that.
See, he does have a father.
Speaking of, I got to bring my dad on the show. A lot of people have been asking for him, and I want him to get animated because last year when he was on, he was seriously monotone. He was kind of like nervous. I'm like, why are you nervous, Dad? Just go out there and yell at the fans. That's what that's what they want to hear.
We'll get into this in the post-game show. I think we're finding much success with this live stream tonight.
Yes.
It's been a fun time. I will say thank you, Todd.
Well, I can't wait
for
to
opening up the ToddFox studios to
I
myself.
can't wait to have a threesome in here again.
Whoa.
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
Whoa.
Before Estevez warming up in the pen, alert,
Yes.
Estevez in
Yes.
the bullpen.
We're missing one of the
Come on,
sausage
Todd.
groups.
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, boy. So, Benji Gill having a nice moment with Zach Neto. He's got his arm
Future
around
manager
him.
Benji Gill.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good okay, we'll open this question up to the commentary right now on YouTube. If at any point, remember, Phil Nevin is only under contract for this year. If Nevin does not return, could Benji Gill have a high opportunity to become the Angels manager?
He's going to be a manager somewhere next year. Don't know if it's with the Angels, but he'll be a manager somewhere, I think.
Well, I'll tell you this one thing. If he remains an Angel, he'll be one of their highest paid coaches because he will be sought after this offseason. I guarantee it.
And remember, Benji Gill was on the 2002 World Series Championship Angels.
He was. And the thing is, look at how he's talking to Neto. Neto's just sucking that up. He's talking to him. They got their own little handshake going. Everyone that's ever been around Benji Gill in Mexico and on the Mexico team, they love him. And, did he get it?
Oh,
Did he get it?
To the window! To the wall, but it's going to just slap short. As a deep fly out by Rengifo, who switched to bat to right, it'll be a loud out. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, still holding on to a 5-3 lead as potentially Jared Walsh coming up to the plate.
And as Matty V would like to say, that is just a long fly ball out.
Oh, I'm going to say, just like a midget at a urinal.
Oh, there you go. Hear that, or Matty B would have been like, that's a foul ball.
Short. Yeah.
So Jared
like
Walsh,
midget at a urinal.
Jared Walsh 0-for-3 with 2 punch-outs tonight, hoping not to be the first 3K victim. Actually, I'll have to look at Mike Trout.
Like a blind man at an orgy, I was going to have to feel things out. Like a midget at a urinal, I was going to have to stay on my toes.
Oh, Jared Walsh just getting under that one. Mike Trout was actually the first 3 strikeout victim tonight.
Ooh.
Looking back at it, looking at the Angels and looking at the Mariners roster.
Nacho night.
Walsh pops out to end the inning. It is Carlos Estevez time as we go to the top of the 9th. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. Looking to lock it down. The Angels, the last time they scored was in the bottom of the 6th on a 2-run dinger by Mickey Moniak. And in the 6th inning, the pitcher of record was Jacob Webb. So Jacob Webb could be in line for a dub tonight if Estevez could get those 3 final coveted outs, and we can enjoy the very first victory of the Halos in the Infield and Catella Chronicles live stream broadcast. We were 0-1 last year, a tough loss to the Astros. That was a night to remember yet forget.
Absolutely.
It was just a rough inning, and shout out to Cheryl Lorenzen, Michael Lorenzen's mother, who
I'll never forget that.
She was the MVP of that night.
Yeah, she was.
She definitely was the MVP to kind of watch her son.
Stamos.
Yeah, she was the Stamos of that night, and we weren't able to do one at the end of last season, but good to be back for the first one of 2023. Let us know. We're hoping to keep the Friday nights going in some capacity, maybe a Saturday, but primarily Friday nights because, Patty O is the voice of the Angels on Fridays when Ray Randazzo is doing Apple TV game. So looking at the future Angels schedule.
Could mix in a Monday and Tuesday because those are my days off too.
Exactly. I'm game for those as well. So looking at the future, just Friday.
I just want to watch Erica Weston.
Next Friday, the Angels are in Kansas City. The following Friday, Colorado. Now, probably the last Friday of June against Arizona, we'll be prepping to get the tailgate going. So that'll probably be a no, even though the Angels will be on Apple TV that night.
Yeah. Interesting enough.
Against the Diamondbacks. After that, this is a game I'm penciling in the calendar. I know it's a holiday week, but it's a good matchup. Friday night, July the 7th, 7:10 p.m. Angels visit Chavez Latrine.
Ooh.
So that could be a good day.
That could be.
That could be a potential.
Angels Dodgers hate right there.
That is right. The penultimate game before the All-Star break, which happens a little earlier this year, July the 9th.
And real quick, what happened with Lorenzen last year with his mom, having to endure all those runs he was giving up. I thought she kept her composure, but I thought she was going to be like this.
Come on, all right, everybody. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We've made a great effort so far. Let's just keep it up.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to just keep our composure.
Hey, she admitted in a behind-the-scenes commercial break that we had, she was like, "Oh, I'm right at the TV. I'm anxious," and she was like, "I can't deal with this." But much love to Cheryl Lorenzen. Much love to her. Michael's doing great work in Detroit. Wishing he was back with the Angels. In my opinion, he would have been a nice back end of a reliever. But either way, cheers to the Lorenzen family. First pitch, Carlos Estevez.
Here we go.
Into the ballgame in the top of the ninth. Angels lead 5-3.
Steven Viago says, great new format. I remember joining in 2020. You guys started from scratch. Studio looks great. Love from Florida.
Oh, in Florida. We've had Arizona, Florida, California tonight.
Mm-hmm. We got Washington. Nats fan was in. Or Maryland, I think it is.
Maryland.
Virginia.
There
Virginia.
She lives in Virginia near Newport News, I believe.
0-2 pitch inside and tight to Ford, 1-2.
I always screw that up. I would say she's in Italy before I say she's in Virginia. I don't know why.
Estevez this season 1-1, a 1.32 ERA in 27 games, 16 saves. The 1-2 is fouled back. His last appearance was last night. Got save number 16 to close out a 3-1 win against the Cubs. Angels looking to make it 4 in a row on this homestand, 5 overall in a row, dating back to Sunday's 2-1 win over the Astros in the House of Pain.
What are you going to say, Fernando?
Oh, I was going to say, did I ever tell you there's a town in Texas called White Settlement?
No.
And this game took a turn once again. White Settlement.
He's like, hey, there's a great place in Texas called White Settlement.
They do have a Civil War museum there. I've never been in there, but I'd be kind of terrified to see if they rewrote history. You and I were talking about Americans rewriting history this earlier today.
I know they're probably. You walk in there, the doorbell ring or the jingle is "The South shall rise again."
That sounds about right. Yeah, there's a Long John Silver's in the parking lot.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Estevez looking not to lose. And Ford gets into this one to the wall, to the track, and that one is gone. Ford does it again, this time against the Angels.
Damn.
Now, Estevez has been known for this. He'll give up a dinger, give up a run, but then he'll even out. So tighten your belt buckle. 388 feet, 102 off the bat, 36-degree launch angle. It's instead of 5-3, it's now 5-4.
This has now turned into a butt clincher.
All right, get the Pepto-Bismol ready.
The former Angel comes through to once again give the Angels a world of hurt. We've seen this with all kinds of former Angels in the past. Yep. From the smallest names that nobody remembers to some bigger names like Josh Hamilton. For whatever reason, if you used to wear that Angels red, as soon as you go to another organization, call Cooperstown.
Yeah.
Call Cooperstown.
Well, it's a battle of home run celebrations tonight as the Angels have the Kabuto and the Mariners have the Triton.
Yeah.
Which is very plastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5-4.
It's a sin spin.
1-0. High and tight.
Estevez.
Estevez a little shaky so far here tonight.
Thomas
hoping nobody heard that.
For more live shows. What did you say, Fernando?
All right.
No.
All right, let's see.
We should do more live shows. I'm all in.
I'm all in.
Yep.
3 consecutive balls to the 9-hole hitter, Jose Caballero. Not what we want to see from Estevez.
Where are these Caballero stories that we were promised, Dominic?
I don't know. I know, like I said, my good friend Jill Guerin of the Visalia Rawhide, she is in game right now. As that one misses inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk. The tying run is on as J.P. Crawford steps to the plate. Tough right now for Estevez.
Right now, Terry Smith is saying,
Ball 4. Ball 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. Boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close?
yeah.
Harry Smith definitely has a face for radio. He also looks like a guy who might work at a Lowe's.
Oh, good heavens.
He's like, hey, you need some cedar. I wouldn't use that that lumber you're going with.
That's not very good stain. I didn't use that in my RV, Captain Trick.
To get you that info, Fernando, Jill is currently on the air, bottom of the 9th. San Jose Giants leading the Rawhide 9-4. So she's in the middle of her work right now. So that's why those stories are on hold right now.
This is
I need to get a new Rawhide hat.
First pitch is in there for a strike. Speaking of minor league scores, our friends and low-A affiliate of the Angels, Inland Empire 66ers, trailing to the Stockton Ports in the bottom of the 9th, 10-4. Inland Empire started the year 4-17 and are now 26-25.
It's because they're going to help us with our donation drive.
Yeah. Missing 1-1. So a ground ball double play would be great, but Estevez needing to find a way to work things out in the top of the 9th inning. 13 pitches in. It's reminiscent of the first inning once again with Ohtani struggling a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
There goes the runner. That one's check swing, throw down, and not in time. A runner in scoring position.
That was closer than I thought, though.
Yeah.
Estevez looks kind of like that bulldog from Cat Dog that used to wear the leather jacket.
They're going to take a look at the play here for a minute. Throw down. Did he? No, he stayed on the base. I think he's safe.
Right now, Nevin's like, can you please call the bullpen? We need some loop.
We need a loop.
Ay. All right. We don't want coal in the stocking. We want a gift.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Yeah, he got to the base early. Did he ever?
Oh, he came off a little bit.
Yeah, not enough.
Yeah, too close.
2-1 pitch to Crawford. And he pops that one up, but it's going to be into the seats just above the visiting dugout in 124.
Man, I'm shaking in my boots here. If we lose, I'm going to throw up.
Yep, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we do love Terry Smith. We're just joshing. Everyone gets all panties in a bunch.
Runner on second. Nobody out in the top of the 9th. 2-2 pitch.
Oh,
missing
close.
on the inside corner at 99.
This one's going down to the wire, and you got Rodriguez up next.
Boy, here we go. It's one of those. It's
and
one of those.
Drizzle,
nights.
no easy wins with this team, I guess. You are absolutely right.
3-2 pitch from Estevez. Popped him up on the left side.
Oh, did he get, yes, Rendon again.
Rendon in the game in foul territory makes the grab. Crawford unhappy with himself. That told me that ball was staying in. And they're able to get out number 1. So exchange the out for the runner stealing second. A runner at second, 1 out here in the 9th as Julio Rodriguez will step to the plate.
Yeah, I love how I just got a notification right now from ESPN saying that Ben Joyce has been removed from the game. Oh my God, these guys are on that dial-up internet, huh?
Yeah.
Internet Explorer.
926. How about them apples? Oh boy. All right, we got to do this again, fans. Collectively breathe in and out. First pitch to Rodriguez misses down and away, 1-0.
ESPN be like, breaking news, Albert Pujols just signed a 10-year deal with the Anaheim Angels.
Macrina is asking if bases are loaded and if there's 2 outs. No, Macrina, there is a runner on second base for Seattle. There is only 1 out right now. It's a 1-0 count.
Make it 1-1 with the half-hearted swing.
Yeah, we need... Dominic, you're a play-by-play guy. You need to paint the picture.
Wow. Oh, my God. Like I haven't done it all night. Here we go. Top of the 9th.
Should tell a story like Vince Scully.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we're going to replace you with Rally Chris.
The stories will come in the second live stream. Or if you come out to Noble Ale Works tomorrow, you'll get the stories live from Todd and myself.
Whether you want them or not.
But here's the picture. 5-4 Angels, top of the 9th. Runner at second, 1 out, a 2-1 count to Julio Rodriguez. And that one is driven into right field, but into the stands, 2-2. Angels. Mariners got, I'm going to say Mariners first. They got the scoring going in the top of the first inning with a 2-run home run. Angels battle back in this one. A 2-run dinger from Ohtani in the third, an RBI single from Rengifo in the fourth. Mariners tied it in the fifth, but a 2-run homer by Moniak.
Big pitch.
In the sixth gave him the lead.
Got to give him a curveball down to near the foot.
Right down the middle. Oh my!
Wow.
Julio Rodriguez.
Put me over fastball.
That pitch was a 2-run homer.
That took stones.
Yeah.
That took Wallach. Wow.
He was waiting for a breaking
Julio
pitch.
Rodriguez, the knee buckled.
Yikes.
Look at the back leg. That back leg and the hips were already turning for a breaking ball.
My man just earned himself some nachos, dude. That's
boy.
the hat trick. That is the hat trick right there. Holy shit. What a
Richard said he can't get his fastball over and immediately said, never mind. He got that one over. Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Macrina. No, Estevez just wore it back and just let it go and struck him out looking. Julio Rodriguez his legs just buckled. Knee buckled.
Time called in between the at-bats. It looks like the pitch comm system with
Pitch-com's
Estevez is
broken?
not
No.
working. So a little
Just on
time.
fastballs, kid.
Yeah, so a runner at second, 2 outs, Ty France coming to the plate in a 1-run game. Estevez needs to come up clutch. Tampa Bay won. Ohio beat Houston. This is a big opportunity for the Angels to get right and get things going.
CPR is like right now he's by winning Estevez.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
Winning.
All right, let's see what we got.
Harry Smith just ran out of breath again on that play.
2 outs, runner at second, first
Nice
pitch
pitch.
in there on the top upper part of the zone, 0-1, 99. The velocity has been there all night long for Joyce before he was pulled. Estevez doing work. Ohtani was pretty hot throughout the game velocity-wise. Staring back at second, looking Caballero back, the 0-1. And that is driven into right center field. Mike Trout coming over. Light that baby up! As the Angels
what did you
have
say,
divided.
Dominic? We don't say that.
I say that. And as Estevez does, boom! The slash into the bullpen. A Mike Trout grab in right center field. He tracks it down. He does nothing with the bat, but he defensively tonight makes 2 big grabs to bail out some pitchers. Final score tonight, Angels 5, Mariners 4, 5 runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Angels. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. A 5-game winning streak ties the longest of the season for the Halos. They beat the final game against the Astros. They swept the Cubs, and they take game 1 against the Mariners. We got a lot to cover in the post-game show tonight.
Wow, winning.
Winning, baby. Carlos Estevez gave us a little fearful moment, but like I said, he'll do that sometimes. He'll give up a run early in the inning, but lock down and get 3 outs. So after the Ford home run, Caballero walked, but then got Crawford to pop out, Rodriguez to strike out, and France to fly out. He claps his glove and gives a nice little slash to the bullpen in solidarity. A big one tonight in front of a big crowd. The Angels get a present under the tree instead of a lump of coal in the stocking, and we can celebrate a victory tonight. A no decision for Shohei Ohtani, but either way, Angels get the dub.
Big win.
Prendalo!
There you go, Fernando. All the way from Chicago. The Angels get the big dub tonight. Mickey Moniak, big 2-run homer, 5-game winning streak. Getting back into the postseason. Look out. Like now we're 6.5 out of the Houston Astros. Again, if we can take care of business the next 2 nights against these Rooks, good things could be happening if we head into Texas with some momentum. So huge game. I love the fact that everyone stayed on. We had over 60 people. Right now we're at 63.
All right.
So we appreciate all the love and everyone hanging on. We probably would have had a lot more. We got a lot of people back in Midwest and East Coast. So,
Bedtimes.
Yeah, bedtimes. If this were a day game, it'd be a different story. But we appreciate everyone hanging on through the entire game.
This has been an absolute pleasure. For the first live telecast of the season between Halos in the infield, Todd and Fernando checking in from Chicago, Dominic Lorenz from Catella Chronicles. It's been so much fun partnering with these guys. At least a personal anecdote of mine is when I started Catella Chronicles about a year ago, or a little more than, about May of last year. These guys were the first people to come up and just kind of welcome into the Angels social media podcasting family. Fernando and Todd have been grade A people all the way through, and they're the perfect people to partner with. And they flourish, and it's been a great 2023 season thus far with some big things. 714 tickets, Noble Airworks jumping on, the donations, the everything that's coming up in the future, the live telecast tonight. And we want to hear from you as we kind of transition from play-by-play and commentary into Todd's post-game show, where he's going to take the reins on this one, and I'll just kind of be the side piece in this time around. But they, fabulous job. Everything is done the right way here, and we want to hear from you in the comment section. Yes or no? Do you want more live broadcasts from the three of us?
Can you make a poll, Todd?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Yeah. I know schedules can be weird sometimes between the three of us and all our work schedules, but we will do it if you guys will come and enjoy it. That's the point of it all. And regardless if it's a Monday, Tuesday, weekend, we will figure out the schedule. We will get you all the latest and greatest information. But you tell us. Todd's getting ready to post up a poll here on the YouTube live chat. Excuse me here. We want you to know. Do you want more live broadcasts of these games? And it doesn't have to necessarily be when the game is on Apple TV+. It could be Bally Sports West. It could be ESPN. It could be FS1. We will do the same setup here like we did tonight throughout all the rest of the games. So let us know if you want more, because it will be fantastic to have you guys in the chat all night long and just creating this great Angels community that we have. So it's absolutely great.
Absolutely. I started the poll right now, so if you guys could vote in on that, that'd be great, because right now, right away, that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do, too, is as we jump into this real quick, we're just going to transition over to the post-game show. So there you go. We'll leave the box score up here, the finishing box score. Hold on, let me just get this over here. I'll probably just type in MLB Network. That's probably a bit better. They'll give us more of a look.
Yeah. A little easier read.
Yeah, a little easier read. ESPN kind of sucks. I don't know why I went with them in the first place. So I get a little bit of nachos for that one. So that's my bad. Let me get it over here. I guess we could take some phone calls. Fernando, are you staying on?
I'll probably go ahead and get off now. Let you guys do it.
No problem.
You sure?
Yeah, man. It's your boy's running on fumes now. It's 11:30, so
you can sleep happy in Chicago with a dub tonight.
Absolutely.
Sleep happy with the dub, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. It was a lot of fun, and I'll listen to a little bit of the post game here as I drift away slowly. But it was a good time as always, fellas. Always nice talking ball. Enjoy Noble tomorrow. Can't wait to see the videos, and as always, sending all my love.
Yep.
Hey,
love you, buddy.
Man. Have a good one, all right?
Yeah, you too, guys.
Cheers.
All right, so this jumps us into the post-game show here as Fernando takes the rest of the night off. Much deserved by him. I'm your host, ToddFox, as I fill in here for the post-game show, along with Dominique from Catella Chronicles. As you just got done watching or listening to us, whatever floated your boat tonight, because, again, you're given that option. You don't have to watch the bullshit that is fed you sometimes. So we appreciate you dealing with our bullshit tonight. So it was fun. It was really fun tonight. The Angels get the win. Like my partner said earlier, that last year's game was a little bit too much, as we lost 4-8 to
1.
No, 8-1.
8-1.
Yeah, we got
bad.
blasted by Houston, but this is a big win. I mean, it's a good part of the season where, yes, they've left a lot of runners in scoring position. Yes, there's time to make up for that and get better. But the Angels did what they had to do tonight, and again, this was the toughest test of this series. Now watch no hitters back to back by the Mariners. Yeah. But they have two young kids going tomorrow, or one going tomorrow. He's only getting his second start ever, and he pitched 2 innings the other day in Texas, got lit up for 7 runs. So hopefully he could bring some of that mojo here to Anaheim, and we could take advantage again. Because, again, Houston's playing a tough team in Ohio, which is scrappy. They showed why tonight, getting that big W. And then Texas is playing the best team in baseball in Tampa Bay. So thoughts on the game initially, if you had to take something away from tonight's game?
Well, first and foremost, thank you guys for coming on and supporting us in what we do. This is a big passion project for us. Mm-hmm. We have normal jobs, but we love Angels baseball.
Yes.
And of course, with us at Catella Chronicles, we love Ducks hockey. So doing this is fun. It's a hobby. So we appreciate you guys supporting our hobby and bringing you all the latest and greatest Angels information. So cheers to you guys. You guys definitely get an MVP of the game for tuning in all game long and supporting what we do. But overall, through the game, you know, it was a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde at times. There were some good moments. There were some needs of improvement moments. The high is Mickey Moniak. He's been fantastic since coming up from AAA this year. You know, honestly, I wasn't thrilled with Ohtani in the first inning.
Yeah.
But he won me over through innings 2 through 5. He had some moments where the walks were a problem, but he was able to limit the Seattle Mariners team, who is scuffling right now. And even though it's a no decision, much better than his last 7 games combined. So I liked what I saw from Ohtani. I liked, again, the rally fight. They were down 2-0 after the first inning. They bounced back with the Ohtani home run in the bottom of the third. Rengifo continues to stay hot. And, of course, Moniak. Webb, who got the dub tonight, his first win of the season, 2.70 ERA now. A lot to love. Some things not to love. Mike Trout and Jared Walsh striking out a lot. Not great from two players that are supposed to be...
Neto's play was a positive.
Yeah, I think Neto defensively tonight and taking 2 walks and working 2 walks was great as well. So
Scoring
again,
a run.
I think overall there's some pros and improvements to be had in this game. But again, these are the 1-run games you definitely need to have. And finishing that road trip the way that they did with the 2-1 win over the Astros, sweeping the Cubs, and now tonight... These are 5 games you need to do what you got to do, and they've come out on the right side of it at the end of the day.
I agree with everything you said, and the take I get out of this is good pitching beats good hitting, and if you're able to, if your starters, you know, even if he's struggling, but he's laboring and he's getting you those important outs and keeping you in the game. Look, 3 runs. If a guy like Tyler Anderson's not getting up 6 or 7 runs, and he could can't get out of the 5th inning, but he can, you know, get you to the 5th inning, you know, and he only allows you 3 runs or less, that's a win. You know what I mean? Even if he throws a lot of pitches, because getting you over to a revamped bullpen now gives you hope that, okay, we can hold this at a tie or a 1-run deficit and give the opportunity for the offense to generate some runs. Now, again, like you said, I wish that they make more contact with a couple key hitters, or they bunt and sacrifice to work some runs. That can all be worked on as we go along, I hope.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But right now, a win like this tonight, I think there's a lot to take out of it. There's more good than bad.
Absolutely, and with the win in mind, I got to celebrate with the good old-fashioned Mike Scioscia jacket.
Pick your nose.
You know, I got to pick my nose a little bit as I put the jacket on and nearly get the headset caught in my armpit over here. You know, TMI here, folks. But, you know, costume changes. Here we go. Mike Scioscia, we got to zip it up all the way to the top and, you know, have that nice collar look. But the celebratory jacket gets put on here for the Angels. But agree, you know, I would like more situational hitting. I think maybe you would have got a little more of that from Gio Urshela tonight. But Gio Urshela had a little bit of a back problem earlier in the game. That's why he was pulled from the lineup, and Jared Walsh was inserted into the starting lineup. It's hard to say. You know, philosophy does his own work.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, the Angels just have to roll with what they have and keep on rolling. 5 in a row is nothing short of awesome. That ties the longest winning streak of the season. And this is the time. The Angels, we've talked about this, they always teeter between 5 games over 500 and 5 games below 500. So we're in that window now where push through the ceiling at this point.
I was at the, you know, in the beginning of the season saying if the Angels go over 10 games at any point this year, unlike last year, I think they're going to stay above it. I really do. And I think if they can get past those demons of falling back to 500, like you said, they could be onto something special. Now, I'm honking my honk early, but I'm hoping that the Angels can do this because I think they have it in them. I've been very disappointed at times when they play down to their competition.
Yeah.
And these are the type of games that, again, if they were to lost this game, they're playing down to their competition. I don't care if a Castillo gives you the start he did, but still. Real quick, CPR says, here's a great example of why why I enjoy this over TV commentary. The discussion about Trout's timing and potential of Neto, a rundown of Estevez, and the end of TV didn't discuss this in the end, he said. So that was pretty cool. Mateo wants to join us at some point for a because he's been testing his play calls in the comments, so we might have to have him call in, or we have an opportunity right there.
Yeah.
And the guys are calling for this right off the bat.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
So there's John Stamos.
There we go, John Stamos in the house. But we do have something to decide tonight. Stamos and the Nacho Night. We got some work to do. We'll get into that in a little bit. But there's a lot of ways we can go with this game tonight. That's the fun thing. I think this is the difference. Not only are the Angels winning, but in comparison to last year's live broadcast, we really didn't do much Stamos and that because it was a blowout. We were
looking to get off the air.
We were laboring in that game, and this time being in the studio having the game, this was, I think, the right environment.
It was, because we didn't have to tell any stories, because usually you save those stories for blowouts, whether you're winning or you're losing.
Correct.
And this time it was straight play-by-play, feeding off the fans' comments, and really showing raw emotion. I mean, me and you were just jumping up and down. Fernando's all hyped up. It was a great show.
Yeah, this is great. I'm looking at the comments. Infinite91 saying, I thought Todd was going to take over the show now. This is Todd's post-game show, but
we're sharing.
I'm not leaving anytime soon.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. So, if you like me, great. If you don't, get used to it.
You go.
This is how it is in the Halos in the infield family.
Yeah, Almighty wants to know, how about Mike Trout swinging and missing on that ball way outside runner's scoring position?
I think that's just an element of doing anything to try to make contact with the ball. Even if it's right or even if it's wrong, that's just a guy in a slump.
That is a guy in a
slump. So it's nothing outrageous for Trout to be like that. It's when you're so used to Trout being Trout, and now he's being not Trout. And I know that sounds very vague, but we're so used to Trout being a generational player. Now he's playing over the last couple of weeks like a average player at his best.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
get what I'm saying? It's one of those situations.
Well, here, I'm going to give you the reins here. I want you to call the Stamos Award winner. So after I play this intro, I want to I want you to make the call as far as who gets the Stamos, because I'm interested to see who you're going to pick on this one.
Okay. I'm only picking one, right?
You can pick up to 3. I think that's the new rule.
Okay. I think in my head I have 2 in my. No, you know what? I'm gonna play the over. I'm gonna do 3.
Okay, let's do it.
Todd's thinking very hard about who's going to be
my bad.
Stamos tonight, or he's daydreaming of Stamos.
I'm like, oh boy, that Stamos looks good.
Stamos tonight. I think there is a hierarchy, a threesome tonight.
Oh,
you know why I'm going to go threesome? Because it's going to represent the effort you, myself, and Fernando put in forth of tonight.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be a little politically correct. I hate being politically correct, but when it comes in winning fashion between friends, I can do it. Stamos number 1. And normally on Catella Chronicles, when I post the final score graphic, which I'll do in a little bit, I always put 3 or 4 stars of the game. It's almost like hockey, the reverse order. So the 3rd star of the game, in 3rd place, I'm going to give it to Mickey Moniak. He gets the game-winning hit, a 2-run blast, and he just gives that shot of adrenaline to this Angels youthful movement lineup that has guys like himself, Neto, Joyce, Theis, even though Theis is 28 years old, but he's playing youthful because he's playing so well. So Mickey Moniak continues to bat over 300 in his return to the Angels since being called up from AAA. Star number 2 of the game, give me some Jacob Webb.
Yes.
Webb, 2 clutch innings, and he had to come in an emergency fashion after Ben Joyce was pulled after 8 pitches with apparent right hand discomfort. Not great. We were excited to see Joyce, but it wasn't meant to be tonight. But Webb was able to get out of some jams, 2 clean innings, and win number 1 of his relief role in 2023. And last but not least, it's a give and take. He had a crummy first inning on the bump. He made up for it with a 2-run blast. He was able to go 5 innings tonight, under 100 pitches. We thought he was going to go over 100, but hopefully this start kind of catapults him in the right direction, because guess what? Ohtani's next start is going to come Thursday, June 15th, the finale in Texas against the Rangers, against none other than Nate Eovaldi.
That's going to be a really good start.
So if Ohtani played up to Castillo tonight, he's going to have to pitch even better to Eovaldi next Thursday. But first star of the game, Shohei Ohtani. They were blowing him on Apple TV all night long. It was the Shohei Ohtani show. But he maybe not lived up to the hype tonight, but he was a triple shy of the cycle. His offense was better than pitching, but the pitching did enough to grind out a victory. Very blue-collar kind of night. So you got Moniak, Webb, and Ohtani, your Stamoses of the night.
I like those John Stamos awards. And getting into the comments, Don Hammond said, please don't vote for Trout right now. He's not deserving of it. James Malou says, I'm a maniac for Moniak. Cowboy Carlos wants Mike Trout to be 6th right now. Hayes says, I didn't even know about this, Todd Fox. Well, I've been saying it for the last few days about the broadcast.
Well, then we'll just have to do more.
Yeah, we'll have to do more for sure. No one's liking the bald look. That was earlier today when I was trying to set things up. I don't know why I went to the screenshot. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot again. If you want to look.
All right, that's okay.
Because I've got to vote for somebody.
Okay.
But let's see if we're on the same page. And that's let's talk about the nacho night.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
All right, so back to the right screen this time.
You know where you can get nachos?
Where's that?
At the tailgate.
That's right. You can get your very own helmet nachos for $55. No, just not the nachos for $55. No, it gets you a ticket into the game. It gets you a brand new Halos in the Infield shirt. It gets you Thunder Sticks. It gets you freaking your very own Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani bobblehead. And it also gets you unlimited tacos. So if you're a taco eater, we'll have 3 different kinds of meats. We'll have some soda for you. You're going to have to bring your own beer, though. And then also you're going to have to purchase your own beer, but at discounted prices afterwards at Noble. And it's a fireworks night, and it's against the first-place Diamondbacks.
And it's a bobblehead night.
Yes.
Did you not say that?
It's a bobblehead night. Yes.
Ohtani and Trout beach
together.
Yeah, beach volleyball.
Yes.
Well, not beach volleyball.
With a beach
City Connect bobbleheads.
Yeah. I mean, $55 gets you to sit with all the Halo fam. And again, the only way you could do it is not by going on the app. You have to call 714 Tickets, their actual place of employment outside of the stadium, and ask for the Heedy special. And they know exactly what you're asking for, and they'll hook you up.
If tickets are sold out for the Heedy special and you still are at the game, come on by and visit us. We're going to be in the right field section 237. 10 to 1, we're going to be walking around the stadium at certain points throughout the game. Visit us at the tailgate. Even if you don't buy the package, you can still come and visit and just chat with us and have a great time.
And we're going to be raffling off some Angels swag because 714 Tickets is going to donate some stuff. Fernando's going to donate a few of his autographed baseballs. We're going to have some other stuff, a jersey or 2 to give away. Yeah. So it's all going to go to charity. So
this is huge.
It's not going into our pockets. So I suggest you guys get those tickets. Be there early on that Saturday, July 1st at 2 o'clock. We're going to be partying under the Big A for 3 hours.
Everybody's welcome.
Yes, everyone's welcome. But if you have that ticket voucher, you get a free shirt. You get the Thunder Sticks.
Yep.
We're going to have a hell of a time at the Big A.
So let's do it. So besides the casual plug of the tailgate, because the live cast for this week is over, we got Noble Ale Works tomorrow. We'll be there around 5 o'clock for the watch party. We will have the pregame and the postgame show live from Noble Ale Works. The play-by-play will not be happening tomorrow. It won't be like today because we just want to sit back and watch the game with the fans. So we're going to be
we'll be DJing during commercials.
We'll be DJing during commercials, and we're going to be maybe potentially a little wilder because we'll have more room to just be be a little crazier.
We'll have a couple giveaways.
So it'll be a good night. But with all of the housekeeping stuff aside, the good old nacho night. Todd, we're in your studio. You get.
I couldn't call it.
You get to call it.
I get to call. Okay.
You get to be first.
Well, I'm going to go with Mike Trout. Mike Trout, again, we've been waiting for this guy to break out. He's had a couple nice games. He's even had a clutch walk-off and all that other stuff, or one to put us ahead. Tonight would have been a great night for him to go oppo on freaking Castillo and then do the fist pump or do something or jack up the crowd with a big RBI single. Because I think that would have been a great opportunity with second and third right there. You have an opportunity to put the team back in the lead and push the lead ahead. You know, thankfully Moniak did the job. But again, I would like to see what Trout's hitting with runners in scoring position. I've tried to look it up, but they really don't show it. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot this season.
I will find it.
Well, while you're doing that, it's just his swings right now. We've broken it down on this show before, and again, I've been called a Trout hater. You wear the Angels on the front. I'm your fan. You know what I mean? If Squiddy Poo was hitting 300 last year, or at least 240. I would have been a big Squiddy Poo fan. The difference between him and Neto is Neto's got a freaking arm, and he's smart. He's not a dumbass like Squiddy.
Yeah.
And he could work walks and do the little things. Now, as far as Trout's concerned, we've been talking about it. He's late on the fastball, especially outside. He swings and fouls it to the right side. That means he's extremely late. And then when the pitches are inside, it's not even close. A fastball up and in, it's not even close. Like, he's literally swinging after the ball is hitting the mitt of the catcher.
Okay, I have numbers for you. You
hear
asked me, so Trout with runners in scoring position this season, it's accumulated 45 games worth of at-bats, so adjusted stats. But 66 plate appearances, 56 of those at-bats, the way they, ground balls or sacrifice flies or all that good stuff. Trout, this is his batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging splits.
Okay.
A 196 average, a 303 on base, a 357 slug, 3 homers, 17 RBIs. He has 11 hits in 56 at-bats. Now, that probably doesn't include tonight's game as well. So he was at least 2 at-bats with runners in scoring position. So probably instead of 196, probably like 194 or 193.
It's still terrible, man. I mean, the guy like that, he's a generational guy. He's got to be better than that. He absolutely has to be. Tonight, speaking of runners in scoring position, the Angels were only 1 of 5. So there wasn't too many opportunities.
And that's coming off a 4 for 26 3-game series. They were batting 158 against the Cubs, so that's 5 for their last 31.
And I think probably those 4 left on base were all Trout.
Yeah, probably. Well, let's look. He'll have, I think, 2 left. Oh, they don't show it on here. But at least 2 were, at least half of them were his.
They had to have been.
Yeah. So Trout, this is my theory on Mike Trout.
Okay.
Do we still love Trout?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Is he a generational talent? Yes. Anybody who disputes that, come find us. Mm-hmm. Because Trout is still Trout. Everybody deserves, I don't want to say deserves, but everybody is able to go through a slump, and it just is what it is. That's the game of baseball. You got to make your adjustments. And Mike Trout is working on trying to make these adjustments.
Yes.
But they're just not connecting between practice and the game right now. My opinion, with a pitcher tomorrow like Wu, who has a 27 ERA and was slapped around in Texas over the weekend last week, give Trout one more chance to figure it out against a pitcher who only has 1 game in the major leagues. If Trout has a problem tomorrow, Sunday day game, take a break.
Yeah.
I think that because then they're going to be going to Texas. There is no off day next week. So he's going to get an off day between now and the end of the Royals series next week with no days off. Do I want it to be in Texas? Preferably not, because he does bat well against Texas. But I think it'd be a good scenario to sit him to Sunday, especially play him tomorrow. And if the Angels win, you guarantee a Rally Chris special of 2 out of 3. And then, Renfroe is coming back tomorrow, so you can have Moniak in center, Ward in left, and Renfroe in right.
Which is still not bad.
Yeah. So, I would give Trout one more chance to figure it out against a pitcher who's going to have his second major league start, a 27 imploding ERA. Give him one more chance to figure it out.
Yeah, 23-year-old and a 24-year-old. One more chance would be great. And then you could also, like you said, in Kansas City, they have 2 day games at the end of that series. So he could potentially get a full day and a half off. James Malou checking in with some breaking news. Ben Joyce has had numbness in his fingers, possibly to the DL or IL, whatever you want to call it nowadays.
Numbness is probably Tommy John surgery. Just the nerves are still refunctioning. Again, you're throwing at 101, 102, 103 miles an hour.
But they could be swollen. I mean, it's very rare guys get 2 Tommy Johns in their career, especially that young.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Tommy John because that arm would have probably been dangling.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been.
So I don't think it's anything like that, but we'll see what happens. Forward thinking before I get to my opinion for Nacho night. It's
Yes.
not an Angel. I will tell you that. It's not an Angel.
Okay.
Pitching matchups looking forward after this Mariner series. It's Sandoval against Wu tomorrow, Canning against Miller Sunday. No days off, the 4 games against Texas. You have Anderson against Dunning, Berea versus Gray, Detmers against Heaney, which will be an interesting matchup, and then Otani versus Eovaldi. And then in Kansas City, as of right now, you have Sandoval against Singer, Canning against TBD, and then Anderson against our good old buddy Zach Greinke, and then ESPN on Tuesday, June 20th, when the Angels return home to take on the Dodgers. How convenient! Clayton Kershaw is going to pitch
great.
against the Angels.
I hate Kershaw.
How does it? I'm sorry. I'm going to get on a Dodger tangent for a minute, and it's not a pro Dodger. How do they always find a way that Kershaw just happens to be in line when the Angels either come to town or they travel to the Angels? Now, the Dodgers' rotation is in a hot mess right now. Kershaw's the only livable pitcher right now.
Yeah.
But how convenient in a freaking 2-game series it's Kershaw.
If Bueller was healthy, he'd be the second guy. You know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I mean?
he's legit. I've seen him. He's legit.
No, but I'm saying like he would be the second guy in the matchup versus the Dodgers. It always happens that way. We've faced Kershaw a bunch of times. A couple times we've lit him up, but for the most part, he's held us down. And like he does with every team in the majors, except postseason, he's still by far the chokiest, if the chokiest is a word.
Yeah.
I mean, I love seeing him pitch in the postseason. I love it because he sucks ass.
Yeah.
You know, and it took a ring pop in half the league to sit out for him to get a supposed title. We still don't count that, by the way, and we're not the only page that doesn't count it. But as far as your take, as far as pitchers coming up, you know, there's like I said, a good opportunity for the Angels to get on a nice little run. If they're able to take the next 2 or get a Rally Chris special, I'm preferably, if they're going into Texas on a 7-game winning streak,
Okay.
I like our chances. I really like our chances against Texas to, at worst, get a split.
Yeah, I don't want to say, oh, we're sweeping this series, and just go on a sweep streak. We're not going to go, you know, we're streaking right now at 5. It's great. We're going to go streaking. I know there's an audio clip, right?
Yeah. You just keep playing it up, and I'll get to it right now.
Yeah. How sweet it is to be in love by you. I don't sing, folks. I don't sing. I sing in the shower, but not there.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
I'm going if we're streaking, dude. I don't care.
from Honda Center to Angel Stadium, streaking on the bikes.
Hey, wouldn't that be a great 5K run? You just do, you do it Grease style, like back in the Olympics, the old times. You know,
oh my goodness,
you just go streaking.
That would be hilarious. But you know, I don't want to temper expectations for this Angel squad because 5 in a row they were teetering at almost being. If they were swept in Houston, they would have been under 500.
That's true.
Rengifo and Otani kept them alive in that game, as well as Griffin Canning. They're now 35-30, third in the AL West. They came into today, as I look, 7.5 in the division back. They're now 6.5, and just 1.5 back in the wild card. So everything, the potential is there. 2 more against the Mariners, 4 against Texas. After the Texas series, the Angels do not see a divisional opponent until after the All-Star break. That first game after the All-Star, or first series after the All-Star break, kicks off a 9-game homestand, 3 with Houston, 3 with the Yankees, 3 with Pittsburgh.
That's why those division games, like I think it was James in the box score was saying earlier on that they're big, they're huge this year.
Yep.
And you follow that up with those games after the Dodgers, you know, because we only got them for 2.
Yep.
Basically, you have only 2 winning teams, the Dodgers and the Rangers. Then you got Kansas City, you got the Rockies, you got Chicago before our tailgate against Arizona. And then who knows
go to
where
Petco.
then who knows what San Diego's going to be doing, because they're starting to get a little bit better.
Yeah.
But, you know, we don't really have a problem with San Diego, but when we play them, we're going to be saying this.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
So, yeah.
Hey, nothing against San Diego except for that clip. Ballpark's beautiful.
Oh,
it's gorgeous.
I argue with Fernando all the time. I love that stadium. Out of all the California stadiums, that one is my favorite.
Yeah, I have. Now, San Francisco gives it a run for its money.
It does.
I haven't been to that one yet, but I can say it's between those two, guaranteed.
It's beautiful during the day. I love it during the day. It's miserable at night. It's too damn cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way too cold.
And that's why I have the Angel jacket on right now. No, but, you know, the schedule is favorable from now until the end of the All-Star break. You get through the Texas series, The Diamondbacks are going to be a series, and of course the 4 with the Dodgers, but this is a time where you got to take advantage because coming out of the second half of the season after the All-Star break, as mentioned, Astros, Yankees, Pirates, you don't want to mess with that coming out of a week off. You know, you go to Detroit, and then you have Toronto and Atlanta. That's not, or, Toronto and Atlanta in the same road trip.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Detroit. Although they are in a very mediocre division, they're right in the thick of things.
Yeah, so in that case, you never know what can happen. Circling back after the little tangent to the Nacho Night, I am giving it to Mariners starter Luis Castillo.
Okay.
You know why? We talked about this in the play-by-play. The little fist pump that he gives after Trout strikes out, he kind of looks at Ohtani, and Ohtani just kind of looks back at him as like, okay, you do that. We know what we're doing. And then I believe it was the next inning. That was in the 5th.
Yeah, I think that was in the 6th when the Angels tapped him for the runs.
Yeah, the 6th inning they tapped him for the run. But was the Trout strikeout in the 4th or the 5th? It was the 5th inning.
Yeah, it was the 5th inning.
The very next inning, Mickey Moniak comes up with a big clutch 2-run home run and gives a little glare back at Castillo after hitting the home run and touching home plate and really going off in the dugout as a team mentality.
Yeah.
So Luis Castillo gets the Nacho Night just for being a dummy, antagonizing the Angels, just kind of like Fernando Rodney did back in the day.
Yep.
Jesse Winker did last season. Something with the Angels and the Mariners, they have a little something.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, because again, I made the comment during the game, like, if this were a 3-0 lead and he's shutting down the Angels yet again, another inning like we've seen before, then yeah, if you're going to fist pump and taunt the opposing starting pitcher who happens to be at second base, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But you just blew the lead, and no, they didn't blow the lead. It was 3-3.
Yeah, tied.
Ohtani just doubled off you, so you really don't have no room to talk shit. Number one, and number two, the game's tied.
Yeah,
if
you're not up 10-0 or 7-2, or
you're not dominating. What the hell was that? So again, like to your point, I think that gave Moniak and the rest of the guys a bit of confidence. Like, hey, you know what? Let's go out there and let's make something happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm seeing in the comments right now when Julio took that cold strike 3 in the 9th inning, I think Todd's going to have to cue up the, our fan favorite.
Which one?
Emotional damage.
You saw it in Julio Rodriguez's eyes. He buckled on a strike 3 pitch. Estevez got away with one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We were so excited as if it was a walk-off homer.
Oh, yeah.
We were like, he got away with it. Oh, my God. That was so great. So, emotional damage for Julio Rodriguez, who has the hat trick like Mike Trout tonight with 3 punch-outs.
There was a lot of good play tonight because, again, we were calling things early. You called the Ohtani home run. I was kind of like
2 years in a row, baby.
Yeah. I was like, man, I hope that comes back to bite him on the air. And then you called the Ohtani home run. So, I mean, there was a lot of good calls in the game. There was a lot of good moments in the game. And, again, I'll go back to one of the comments. It might have been in Drizzle or someone earlier in the broadcast. It did, to me, feel like a bit of a playoff game or one that's down the stretch in September.
Yeah, like 2 weeks left in the year. You're 2 games back of first, or you're ahead and you're trying to get some cushion room.
Yeah, they're either trying to knock you out or you're trying to knock them out.
Exactly. So that was nice to see. And it was a great crowd from the looks of it at the Big A tonight. If you were at the game tonight and you happen to be here on the post-game show, let us know and tell us how the atmosphere was. But a very good night tonight for the Angels, the fans, just putting up a W against Seattle Mariners. That's now 2 back-to-back wins against AL West opponents. Sunday against the Astros, and now Friday night against the Seattle Mariners. So game 2 tomorrow, Sandy Man on the bump for the Angels, looking to bounce back. It's going to be a good game, but to wrap things up with the Nacho Night, you're giving it to Trout.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it to Castillo. And
well-deserved.
What are the odds? Mm-hmm. We're going to play Vegas odd makers here, that I could potentially call something tomorrow live at Noble Ale Works.
I think they're pretty good.
Regardless if it's a single or a double, whatever the situation is, I will raise my hand. I will call my shot. So, it could happen once an inning, twice. We'll, see how many times we can do it. But so far, 2 for 2 on the live stream broadcasts. Mm-hmm. And last year was a loss. We did it via Zoom. This year, live in studio, and it's a win. So I think we found the location now.
I think so.
I think we found the location.
It all depends on what happens tomorrow. I mean, if we're able to do it there, it's like, okay, no more Zoom. Let me just get into the standings real quick because Tampa Bay's 47-19. They're 6.5 games up on Baltimore.
Good for Tampa, though.
Yeah, very.
And they're actually getting fans. Can we? I might pull it up here as you look at the standings. What the crowd was tonight?
Oh, okay.
Because Tampa Bay is not the best in attendance.
Jason Kroom said there was a pretty good attendance there. He actually saw the walk-off when Rosarina did it the other night. He went to Atlanta last night as well.
Okay. The final tally before I let you continue, it was 70% capacity, 17,447 at Tropicana, which can hold 25,000.
Not bad.
Normally they were getting 7 to 8,000.
Yeah, but
on a regular.
I think even the fans down there are realizing we have a pretty goddamn good team.
And their hockey teams in the in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah,
so that helps your cause a little bit.
It sure does.
Yeah.
So that division's pretty intense right there. You got Baltimore, who would be in first place in any other division except that one, but they're 6.5 games out. The Yankees are 9.5 out. That makes my heart feel really good.
I feel so bad for them.
Yeah. Toronto, unfortunately, is 36-29. I kind of root for them, but they're 10.5 out. Boston is where we thought they were. They're 14 games out. They're fading. They're 500.
But when you talk about the AL Central in a minute, Boston, who's in last, could be where in the Central?
First. Yeah. Minnesota was under 500 till they got a win tonight.
I told this to Fernando in the podcast, but in soccer how they can regulate a team? Mm-hmm. Can we regulate the AL Central?
I would love that. that would for sure get us in the postseason.
At least regulate Kansas City, Detroit, and Chicago.
Yeah. What's miserable is Chicago's just got to work. I mean, you think the Angel fans don't like Artie. I mean, you should hear what the Sox fans talk about Reinsdorf. They hate that dude.
The Chicago Bulls hate him too.
Yeah. and there's
if you watch the Michael Jordan documentary, they don't like him.
Yeah, exactly. And yet, despite that, they're 3.5 games out of first place, which is very weird. Angels are sitting now, like he said, 6.5 back. Houston has dropped to 5 back as they've lost 4 straight. Texas has lost 2 in a row. And Seattle now is 5 games out, despite their losing 2 in a row. And I just love bringing this up. The Athletics are minus 197 in the run differential. Real quickly to the East, Atlanta is 4.5 up on Miami. Miami's been playing good. Philly is 8 games up, and the leadership of Epler has helped the Mets to 30-34, 9.5 games out of first place. Pittsburgh is tied with Milwaukee for first place. Cincinnati's youth movement has gotten them within 5. And then, surprise, surprise, maybe it's not a walkthrough for the Dodgers this year. Arizona keeps on winning. They are now 2.5 games up on the Doyers.
Well, my thoughts on the Dodgers was I had them in our preseason but our predictions for second place, but behind the Padres. And I thought the Padres would win like 106 games. Now, fool me once, shame on me, because they're not even going to be close to 100 wins this year. But to the degree, the Diamondbacks are a huge surprise. Everybody thought they'd be coming in about a year or two.
Yeah.
But good for the Diamondbacks. It makes an entertaining matchup when we have the tailgate.
It does. And also, I mean, San Diego should be back in the mix at some point. Giants are the Giants, so who cares? Rockies are the Rockies.
Yeah, of course.
But the more and more they could have, competition, I'm all for it, because it seems like they've gotten the golden ticket every year, and I'm tired of it. I really want to see them start to lose some games. Real quick, Sapphire says, "Let's go, Todd and Catella." He loves it. Kevin's like, "I'm hungry." Your father's like, he wants some Del Taco.
Oh my God.
Dodgers are struggling with those walk-offs, Sapphire says, so he loves that right there.
All right.
Wrong hockey team, Grillmaster says, you got to love the Ducks. Jason says he wants to be the new he wants to hear your take on the new Ducks coach.
Okay, we can get to that in a few minutes.
Okay, It's Your Boy says, can't agree with that take about Castillo doing the gesture, laugh out loud. Even if they aren't on my team, I can't get mad for the simple fun for trash talk and play. Well, that's okay. That's my take of an old school guy. I am an old school guy. I do agree, It's Your Boy, about let the kids play and the bat flipping, all that stuff. I love that. But my point is, if you're gonna do that, be winning. First off, and second,
it's more situational. You're talking about.
It's
pick your spots properly.
Yeah. And my thing is too, if Castillo, again, if I'm on the other team, and Castillo does that shit, I'm looking for the first chance I could rub it in his face. Maybe that was Moniak's attack. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm gonna take this dude deep, and he did. And credit to what my boy said, Dominique here said, hey, I love the fact he just did a simple stare back. But if that was me, if I'm Moniak, I'm coming to home plate and I'm quoting The Rock. I'm like, you could take this fist, shine it up really good, turn that son of a bitch sideways, and stick it straight up your candy ass. That would be me, but that's just me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't just glance over it. I think Moniak is very cool for that. But I'd start a fight.
Yeah, this is game 1 of a 3-game series. You don't want to create something bigger than it has to be.
True.
If this was the final game of not of the regular season, but the final time these two teams were meeting in the regular season, have a little amped, especially if it was like a walk-off. Again, I have no fun. I have fun. I don't have no fun. But I have fun in the sense of bat flips, the jaunting back and forth. Mm-hmm. To me, just pick your spots. I've seen it so many times at the high school level this year, calling games for Huntington Beach and seeing other teams do this. Second inning, they're pimping home runs. And sometimes even a walk in a tie game in the 5th inning. And again, high school baseball is 7 innings. You'll have some guys that are just, and it's like, dude, it's a 5-5 game in the 6th inning. You guys are like 5 games under 500 and we're in first place. What are you doing?
Yeah, know where you're at, know the situation. Yeah. So, yeah.
Situational baseball here, folks.
I agree.
It's not just the philosophy of not bunting. It's knowing when to pimp and when not to pimp.
Yeah, exactly.
When to be a pimp.
Oh, man. And that's one thing. Jason Hess says, I'm craving Troy's breakfast burrito in Orange County, apparently. The Greeks must love Todd, Martin says, talking about the streaking. I don't know. Should we take some phone calls or no?
That's up to you. Why not?
Okay.
It's a good victory. Maybe a couple of calls tonight. I'm working on the Catella Chronicles Angels win graphic right now, so multitasking here. But I want to hear you with some calls.
Oh, here Swilly's taking credit. She says the Angels.
Whoa! She says Swilly in the house.
She says the Angels are 5-0 since she's eaten grasshopper tacos.
That is true.
Grasshopper tacos.
Was Swilly scoring the game tonight? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. It's the Halo Honk line.
Yeah, calling for Catella High School.
It's the home of the leprechauns.
No, Catella nice.
Leprechauns. But go ahead.
Well, pretty much it was a good night. Well, good night for the Angels, but not good night for me.
Why?
The good thing that I didn't go to the game today because this morning, like at 5:30 this morning, I got a text from my girlfriend and her grandma passed away this morning.
Her grandpa?
No, grandma.
Oh, grandma.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for your loss and for her loss.
So that's why it was a good thing that I didn't go to the game because, this happened.
So you been with her all day today or what?
No, I went to work, but I was like talking to her and everything, and her her body's still at the house and everything, so I'm not seeing her tomorrow, but I'm just gonna hang out go out and everything because her body is still at their house.
Oh. Is that a cultural thing, or they just haven't called to make the pickup? Because
no, it's because I don't know, because she has I think a hospice care, doctor and everything. Goes down there, everything, but when she was alive and everything. So I think, they're gonna check on her and everything, and then they're gonna take pictures with her last time, and then take the body tomorrow.
That's not easy. That's not easy.
Her whole entire family is at her house right now.
I could not do that, dude. Like when my mom passed, it's like I just happened to go back to work because they were like, oh, she's got at least another week left. Her vitals are still good. And I left that day to try to just switch up my mind because I had taken 2 weeks off. And that call when I was already up north and they were like, your mom passed. I'm like, what? No. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Oh, shit. We got knocked off the air.
Oh.
I guess.
Jeez. Oh, shit.
Well,
we'll just reset it up.
We could, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, that got knocked off right then and there.
Did I hit something?
No.
Okay.
Because it went I guess.
Have we been on for I haven't been on 4 hours. Probably a little short than 4 hours.
I think that was the limit. We went from 6. Oh, we shouldn't have had a problem right there.
Oh, weird.
That is weird. It's very weird. So let's end that stream.
Okay.